returning supporter. If you are a new viewer here, I'm Uniquely Mia, also known as Mia. I show you what my life is like. All opinion, people, and ideas are welcome as long as we communicate to each other in a kind and respectful way. This live stream is all about manicures. So it's currently 4:54 p.m. I logged in a little early, but every Friday you guys can expect that I will be on the live stream at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If I'm unable to live stream, I'll let you know beforehand. Welcome, welcome, King of the Weather. How are you doing today? Glad you could be on the stream, King of the Weather. It has been a while since you've been on the live streams. Glad you could be here. Ooh, you got a new phone. Very nice, very nice. What type of phone did you get? So, all about manicures. So, we're going to use this acetone soak off nail polish remover. So comes in a green, well, it's blue. It can come in blue, it could be purple, it could be clear, whatever color you want. Okay, Samsung Galaxy S25, very cool, King of the Weather. All right, so you have upgraded phone-wise. I'm sure you have a great camera quality and a lot of storage for like video games and other things, pictures. So very nice, very nice. How was your week, King of the Weather? But welcome everybody. Oh, you have a better camera? Very nice. Okay, cool. That's awesome. So I'm just taking off my nail polish. Today was a Friday for me. At my school, the weather was really hot, extremely hot. I had to go outside. I did do like some unboxing videos, so stay tuned. I have to edit that up and then I'll drop them for y'all as YouTube shorts. And I just got some food, reviewed some notes, and that was basically my Friday. And then now I'm live streaming. Hey, how you doing? Welcome, Sidra. Glad you could be here, Sidra. How's your day going today, Sidra? Glad you could be here. Okay, you went to school, King of the Weather. Nice. Oh, but you left early. Okay, awesome. It's always fun when you go to school and you're able to leave early, finish all your schoolwork early. Or who knows if you're pulled out of school. It's very fun. But welcome everybody to the live stream. I'm Uniquely Mia, also known as Mia, and I show you what my life is like. All opinion, people, and ideas are welcome as long as we communicate to each other in a kind and respectful way. So remember to like the video and do consider subscribing and joining the Uniquely Mia community. But let me know, how's your day going? Do you have any plans for the weekend? Thank you so much for your kind words. Rick, you're pretty as well. Really appreciate it. Hey, Terrifier, welcome. Who you vote for in Guyana? I voted for nobody in Guyana, Terrifier. Who did you vote for? Oh, nice, Evan. Welcome, Evan. Glad you could be here. You had a great dinner? Okay. What'd you eat for dinner? Did you cook? Did you buy food from outside? Would love to know. Hey, Perry. Perry said, girl, you know them Cheez-Its on the fridge stale. Oh, you see it all the way back there? Oh, wow. Yeah. They're not stale, though, surprisingly. Because remember, guys, Cheez-Its, they don't, they don't, when you go to the supermarket, who knows how long they have it in the supermarket. So Cheez-Its, when you bring it home, it's only going to be stale, if you leave it open. So the box may look open, but the bag and where the Cheez-Its is sitting is closed. So it's not good. It's not stale. But thank you for your concern, Perry. Hey, Sean. Hey, how you doing? What's your name? Allegra. Glad you could be here. Allegra. Glad you could be here. So sorry if I mispronounced your name. Oh, you got a pouch for your phone? Okay, cool. So you have like a mini phone bag. Okay, Terrifier said they voted for Muhammad. Okay. So why did you vote for that person, Terrifier? What are their values? How are they going? What is that future that they want for Guyana, the person you voted for, Terrifier? Hey, MJ. How are you doing today? MJ said, what do you mean, Queen? I came here to give you proper respect. Well, glad you could be here. Evan said, I ordered chicken pizza. Wow, I've never heard of chicken pizza before, but it sounds interesting. Okay. Oh, with a cream base. Okay, cool. A fish wrap and a chocolate truffle. Okay, so it sounds like you had a little bit of everything, Evan. Hey, my boy, how are you doing today? Glad you could be here. Evan said food has gone up around 3 times the price. I may have to go on a 1 month fast. Me, I can't afford food. I mean, instead of ordering out food, you could probably buy food to cook. It's always more affordable and economical to cook food at home. But welcome everybody to the live stream. Uniquely Mia here. Shout out to everyone on the stream. Make sure to like the video if you are enjoying, and do consider subscribing and joining the Uniquely Mia community. Shout out to all the people who have been on the live stream. I'm doing my manicure. This live stream is all about nails and manicures, so that is what we are doing right now. Growing out my nails, I've been saying that for a while. Normally my nails grow a lot faster. However, I haven't been moisturizing it. I've kind of been slacking on moisturizing my nails. We're going to pick back up on moisturizing said nails so they could grow faster. And I've been biting some of them. So once we stop doing that and dedicate 100% to the nail growth journey, it's gonna come back. So if I'm taking too long, in your opinion, to read your comments, please bear with me. I do try to read everyone's comments because I know you're real people. You don't have to be here. So let's get into it. Sid Ross said, "I have this really big exam coming up. Do you have any piece of advice for you?" Well, Sarad, what advice do I have for you? Just know, I mean, hopefully you studied, and take comfort in the fact that you most likely studied to the best of your abilities for that exam, and just go ahead and try your best on the exam. Depending on what type of exam, it depends, because depending on what type of exam it is, your score can impact you immediately, or the true impacts of that score is not going to show until later on. So I don't know. So yeah, just make sure that you studied, and just try to keep a positive mindset, and know after you take the exam, you never have to do it again unless you choose to do it again. So yeah, that's the advice. So take comfort in the fact that you studied, hopefully, and you know what you're doing, or you think you know what you're doing. Fake it until you make it, even on the test, right? King of the Weather said Evan. Evan said, I might have to start having 1 meal a day. Yeah, I did do that for a fact. I used to do that a lot when I was, well, not even in undergrad. I used to do that a lot last semester too. 1 meal a day is not good. You're going to pass out. Don't do that. I used to eat 1 meal a day, and I literally passed out in an MTA bus. I drank a random person's water. It was disgusting, so don't do that, guys. Please don't do that. It was not pleasant. Perry said, girl, you know you're from the hood, talking about long the Cheez-Its lasts. What in the world? When you say the hood, what do you mean? I feel like there's multiple ways people can define the hood. Are you speaking about from a low income community? Or are you speaking about, quote unquote, the hood where people are living in dangerous environments where they're part of different criminal organizations? Or are you talking about the hood where people, yeah, there's a lot of ways you could define the hood. So I need your definition on that, Perry, before I can answer that. But yes, you have been missed, King of the Weather. Glad you could be here. Hey, Mariah, how are you doing? Hey, Hadley. Hey, Ray, how are you doing? Hey, Sean. Radio, have not found the radio yet, Sean, but still on the lookout for it. Evan said, Mia, any tips on cheap meals? I am always having meat. I'm trying to think of an alternative now. I mean, beans are pretty cheap. You could go to the supermarket and get some Goya beans, Evan, and a bag of rice. Plantains, eggs, like my mom said. She said that was her OG most affordable meal when she didn't have enough to buy quote unquote fancier food. So plantain and eggs, rice, beans, things like that. Crackers, but crackers aren't necessarily gonna fill you guys up much. So guys, for some reason the YouTube algorithm has been really iffy with me creating polls. I have yet to figure out how to troubleshoot making polls. So spam the comments. Let me know what color you guys think I should paint my nails. And I'll just go with majority ruse. So we have this lavender, violet, purple, or we could do this nudish brown color. So spam the comments right now. Let me know what color you guys think I should paint my nails. Hey Donnie. If you Hey Steve, how are you doing? Miso soup is one of your cheat meals, Evan, but it needs protein. We can add beans in there, maybe like tofu. Hey David, how are you doing? Oh no, King of the Weather. The radio station went down. That had to suck. Hey Yasser, how are you doing today? Evan said, "Yeah, I've been ordering from the store to cook the meals. However, it's super expensive still. It's so hard to find alternatives." So then you probably have to go to the store and buy the food in person, Evan, because when you order food online, if it's anything like America, they add on a whole bunch of extra subcharges. Hey, and you're so glad you could be here. We're no longer doing moderator status King of the Weather for the foreseeable future on the live stream. We're saving moderator status for live streams that have maybe like 30 plus people in them, just because anytime I've given moderator status in the past, not you King of the Weather, but like in the past for certain people, it's just gotten a little crazy. So we're taking a break from moderator status for now. Hey, sir, how are you doing today? Evan said probably monthly budget of £20 for meat. Okay, okay, cool. You're welcome, Sidra. Sidra asks, do you watch any shows or sitcoms? If yes, can you recommend some? Sitcoms. Are you talking about like TV shows that are quote unquote funny shows in a way? I mean, I used to watch The Office when it was on Netflix. It was kind of funny. So I feel like that's one. When I was younger, and my mom, when she had when we had the TV and like the TV would pick up on different channels, I used to watch The Big Bang Theory with Sheldon. Sheldon is cool. So yeah, Sheldon's funny. Like young Sheldon on Netflix, guys. It's a very funny TV show. So yeah, I feel like those are probably sitcoms you guys can say. Hey Joey. Joey said they went crazy when they saw that this crazy person did well. Oh wow, wow. Hey Glenn, how you doing? In your soul said I just came back from the doctors. I had blood work done. That's not fun. Feel a little lightheaded. Get something to eat in your soul. We don't want you passing out. MJ said, Evan, you can eat at Costco, okay? So MJ said Evan you can eat at Costco for $1.50. Wow, a pop and a hot dog has survived inflation for decades. No need to fast. Pro tip: get a giant slice of cheese for $2.50. I will say, yeah, Costco, they have like one of the most affordable pizzas you can say, and like it's always good Costco's pizza, and their pizza be huge when you go to Costco and get a slice of pizza. It'd be so big, but like it's so good and it's literally affordable too. Hey Finn, is that my mattress on the ground? No. It may look like my mattress is on the bed, but it's not. If you guys want a tour of my room, go to my YouTube homepage, click playlist, and click my dorm tour playlist videos, and you can watch those videos, and you'll get a tour of my dorm room. Okay, so Lavender Sid Ross said, "Hey, how are you doing, Blueberry? Glad you could be here." And your soul said, "Pink." Pink isn't an option today in your, so I've done pink before, so I mean obviously I've done pink before, but I've had pink nail polish more recently, so that's not a contender today. So it's between these two colors, though, this lavender, like purple, or like this nudish brown for my nails. Spam the comments to let me know since the poll isn't working well. Evan said, Mia, I have remote work, but I do tend to order online for your groceries as it costs, as the cost to get a taxi there and back is £10. It's cheaper to pay for Uber Eats. Okay, okay, Evan. Hey, Brooklyn, how are you doing today? Evan said at MJ, I'm in the UK. Hey Fate, how are you doing? It has been a while since you've been on the stream. You have definitely been missed, Sun Fate from the live streams. Hopefully everything's going well with you. I'm doing good. Glad you could be here today. Evan said, Sunfate, wow, all the old king is here. Now we're just missing cats. King of the Weather said, I had an eye clinic appointment and you need glasses, unfortunately. Unfortunately, don't say unfortunately. I understand why you say unfortunately, because when I first needed glasses, I really didn't like them at all. I was upset. Low key, sometimes I'm still upset that I need to wear glasses for certain things. But King of the Weather, the tip to glasses is getting ones that you like, all right? So like these are school glasses in a way, computer glasses, so like I only wear these when I'm like on my computer or like on my phone mostly. So 9 times out of 10, if you need glasses to either see long distances or just to wear sometimes for like the whole day, you have to get a pair of glasses, designs that you really like. So that's why I have my Burberry glasses. That's why I have like my Dior glasses. That's why I have like my Betsy Johnson glasses. For days like when I feel like I should be wearing my glasses like for the whole day, just because some days I'll wake up and I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna wear my glasses. Some days I'll wake up and I'm like, I don't really need it, I'm not gonna wear it. For those days where I'm going to wear it the whole day, I'm wearing the glasses that I like, king of the weather. So that's my recommendation. Sounds like you're bummed out about needing to wear glasses. So get a player that you really like and lay off the technology because it's technology that messed up the eyesight for sure. Because when I was younger, literally when I was all through like K through 12 up until like 11th grade of high school, I didn't need glasses. I didn't wear glasses. But COVID-19, you have to be on the computer a lot more to do your schoolwork. It was the laptop that messed up my eyes. So now that I require glasses. So it's technology that's making people require glasses, honestly. Obviously genetics, but technology. Evan said, for a super long time, it was just me, cats, king of the weather, and sunfade. Hey, Susie, how are you doing today? Awesome name, Susie. Glad you could be here. Can you please say, hey, America? What in the world? Do you mean America? How are you doing today? Glad you could be here, Susie. Hey, Batty. Glad you could be here. How are you doing today, Batty? Lavender for sure, Batty said. So we have 2 votes for lavender. Fate said, hey, Evan, I love your new profile pic. And your soul said, pink. Brooklyn, thank you so much for subscribing, Brooklyn. Welcome to the Unique Lamia community. I do hope that you enjoy the content that you see. All opinion, people, and ideas are welcome as long as we communicate to each other in a kind and respectful way. So definitely take a deep dive into my channel, and I do hope you enjoy the content that you see from me. Shout out to all the returning supporters that have been on the live stream. I'm definitely seeing some familiar names. Really appreciate you guys for your continued support and for you guys returning to the channel. And for all the new people here, I'm Uniquely Mia, also known as Mia. I show you what my life is like. I'm a dual degree grad student studying public administration and criminal justice. I have fashion videos, eat with me, technology videos, days of my life as a grad student, and so much more. So I'm putting on the base coat. If you are a new viewer here, this is not sponsored, but one day let's hope they do sponsor me. I be shouting them out a lot. Nail Aid is by far one of the best nail polish brands that I have used for base coat and top coat. And like if you're somebody who's from America and you're like, I want to buy products made in America, this is made in America if you want to do that too. So very cool. It is on the higher end price for nail polish, I will feel like, because it's $5 a bottle, but it lasts a long time, and it's good for your nails because I'm paying $5 a bottle for 1 bottle of nail polish remover. I mean nail polish, base coat, top coat. So we have 2 votes for lavender. Continue to spam the comments. You want me to do like a nudish brown or lavender for my nails? Welcome, D support. Yes, we do have more rings. I only have 1 ring. Okay, this is the new. I always have more than 1 ring, but this is the only new ring. My mom, she sent me this today, so I was gonna do an unboxing video releasing it for y'all, but everyone on the live stream sees behind the scenes. So my mom got me this new ring, so I had to like figure out how to get it to fit on my fingers because my mom was like, because initially my ring stack was completely different. It was different from my ring, so what I had to do, break it up. So if you guys recall, this ring was on this hand, it was right here, and then this ring, it was here, and this ring was here. I had to do that because my mom was like, I can't wear a ring here or here. No, my mom was like, I can't wear a ring here, so I had to do that to make ring space. So yeah. And I am happy with the rearrangement because I got my thumb ring now, so I don't have to buy a thumb ring anymore. I don't have to buy thumb rings. I have that. I did not even know this could operate as thumb rings, but it operates as thumb rings just fine. So we got that. A pinky ring. I kind of really wanted a pinky ring, but like it's so hard. My pinky is so skinny, so I don't know if I'm gonna get one. I probably in the future most likely, but I'm happy with the ring stack now. So we do have new rings. What did I tell you guys? I told you one day you'll come on the stream and Uniquely Mia will have rings on all her fingers, all right? I like a ring stack, so all my fingers need to be filled up with rings. So We're slowly getting there with the ring set, guys. So what'd you think about the new ring? My mom said this is oxen, amethyst. I don't know. She said it's like good for like absorbing negative energy. So any negativity y'all throwing, not you guys, but anybody in the world, anybody throwing negativity at me is gonna come back right at y'all, or it's gonna be absorbed in this stone that she said. So yeah, that's what it's for. But let me know what you think about the new ring. Hey Jace, how are you doing? King of the Weather said, it's my first time seeing with glasses. How do you like it? Are you seeing a difference with your eyesight without glasses, King of the Weather? Or with it? I will say you're gonna have to get used to that like that contrast. Like when you take off the glasses, your eyes take some time to adjust a little bit. So you're gonna have to get used to that. But do not feel bad about having to wear glasses, King of the Weather. MJ said, do you have like, you're okay, MJ and Evan are having a conversation. Love to see it. Evan said, Mia, your glasses are the same shape as mine, but mine are like a blue color. Okay, very nice, very nice. Awesome. That sounds cute, blue. Okay, cool. I will say I like the different color glasses. I remember I was no, this is why I didn't buy the glasses, because the glasses were in Saks, all right? So, you know, they were expensive because they were in Saks. But I went in there one time and I saw these like square glasses. It was the same shape as like my Dior glasses, but it was like green. It had like different tones of green and they were so pretty. So I like colorful glasses. So, Evan, I say that to say your glasses, if it's like round like mine and it's colored, it probably looks really, really pretty. But one thing I have noticed though, if these were like in blue or pink, I wouldn't like it on me, because I feel like for me, glasses wise, it has to be dark colors that works for, because I've tried on light colors and or just for the shape, it depends a lot. So that's why when you're buying glasses, make sure you go in store to like try them on, guys. Evan said, I think a cheat meal is actually chicken soup with some brown rice. Okay, nice. Hey, how are you doing, Zep? Glad you could be here. What's up? What's up? Is that I'm doing a manicure right now. Hey, how are you doing, cats? Welcome back, cats and Pokemon. Glad you could be here. Yes, do consider liking the live stream, guys. Joining the Uniquely Mia community. And your soul said, how about brown with pink? You can do that. Pink isn't an option today in your soul. I could do brown and purple and lavender perhaps, but we're not doing pink this week for my nails. We're between lavender and brown. Hey cats. Brooklyn said, I was going to give you $2, but I have no more money on my credit card. Well, thank you so much for the thought, Brooklyn. I really, really appreciate it. I would greatly appreciate it if you do like the video and subscribe to Uniquely Mia channel and go watch some of my full nutritional YouTube videos, YouTube shorts, and prior live streams, because even though you wanted to give me those $2 via Super Chat, Brooklyn, you can still give me that $2 by engaging with my content, because if you watch enough videos, and since I'm monetized now, I'll probably make $2 off of that. So definitely go enjoy the content, Brooklyn, and happy watching. Hey Zep, how are you doing today? Evan said they have too much good energy today. Is the chocolate truffle you had? Kat said we missed you, King of the Weather. You are more than welcome on the channel, Brooklyn. You are more than welcome. Hey, Michael, is that bacon? Yes, I am in my dorm room. Do you like, okay, you like bacon a lot, Michael, but no need to spam. Evan said, Mia, I saw a cute ring set, but they were for kids. Oh, wow, maybe if you really liked it, you could, probably see if they have it for adults. I think Evan meant to say truffle, not trifle. Oh no, there's a flash flood warning in Nevada, so stay safe. Yes, Seb, I'm in my dorm right now. Okay. Evan said in Pakistan there's a group, okay, that fasts 6 months a year and eat dried apricot. Wow, to open it. I wish I had their discipline. I would probably save a lot of money too. Only like 500 pounds. Hey, Handan, how are you doing today? If anyone, MJ said if anyone needs free food, 365 days a year, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m., you can go to the, Sky Temple? Ski. I know I said that wrong. I think I've seen that on YouTube. Is that like a place in Asia? I feel like I think I've seen that on YouTube. Like you go there, um, Asia or Indonesia. I feel like one of those. This the Sikh, the Seks, is that what they name the Sikhs? You know the people who wear like the thing on their head, the turban. I think they're the people who do it. I think that's the name of them, the Sikhs. I think I don't know how to say it. I think I'm saying it right, but my accent isn't allowing me to say it correctly. But I think that's a temple. I've seen it on social media, and you could go there, and they actually give the people in the community free food. Like you get free breakfast, you get free lunch, you get free dinner, and they feed them. So that's pretty cool that I've seen. So shout out to that country for doing that. Good afternoon, Eric. Yes, we are doing my nails today, Eric. So this is all about manicures in this live stream. How's your day going today, Eric? Evan said, okay, Mia, I found a solution. Okay, to the expensive food, exercise, voila. How is exercise gonna pay for the food though? Like you found somebody to pay you to exercise, send me that company's contact information so I can get some money when I exercise too then, Evan. How's that gonna pay for your groceries? Kat said, I have a very specific appetite too, Evan. Once I have my taste buds set, it's done for that. That's all you want. Evan said a vigorous workout does more to suppress hunger levels. Okay, so that's how. So exercise is not gonna make you hungry is what you're saying. In healthy adults, and as moderate exercise in females may be especially susceptible to it in response. Small study. Why did you? I don't recall stealing your car. That is racist, dude. All opinion, people, and ideas are welcome. However, racial slurs, whether that's implicitly or explicitly stated, is strictly prohibited and not allowed on the channel. King of the Weather said tomorrow in Portland, there's going to be 40% chances of a thunderstorm. So if you're in Portland, make sure to walk with an umbrella. Hey, Sheriff. I'm glad you could be here. Okay, so MJ said, yes, it's pronounced, okay, sick. Okay, thank you so much for the clarification. So in the Sikh temple, okay, actually, but everyone says Sikh. Okay, they have temples all over the world. Everywhere they are Punjabi. All right, thank you so much. I knew what I was talking about. I just didn't know what like the correct pronunciation of it. But thank you so much for sharing that knowledge, MJ, and thank you for telling me the correct pronunciation of it. So yeah, you heard that, Evan. I mean, perhaps they have one in Europe, and you could probably check it out and see if you get some free food there if you really want to do that. Eric said, I have hit jackpot with your nail group. Well, you know what, Eric? I'm glad that you enjoy the manicure videos because I definitely do enjoy making them. So, yeah, we are between two colors. So, we have 2 votes for lavender and 0 votes for this nudish brown color. So, it seems like it may be a lavender week, but I'm going to try and read to the bottom of the comments before I start painting my nails. So, feel free to spam the comments. Let me know what color you think I should paint my nails only between these 2 colors because these are the 2 colors that we have for coming up this week that I want to paint my nails in. So yeah. Kat said I have to go, Mia, but I'll be back hopefully if you're still on. All right, Kat. It was a pleasure having you on. Hopefully I see you in the next live stream or the comment section on my full nutrition YouTube video or YouTube live. Have a great day. Evan said, Mia, no, but exercise actually cuts your appetite. So when I use exercise, my appetite was super small. I feel like it's really dependent on the person though, Evan. So yeah, if it works for you when you exercise, if that like suppresses your appetite, then I guess that's a great way not to like spend money on food. But for me, when I exercise, sometimes I feel more hungry when I exercise. Like after sometimes, I feel like before, I can't eat before I exercise, but after, I'll eat. Hey, how are you doing, Dragon Boy? Glad you could be here. Everyone is human, should be treated the same, 100%. Oh, you gotta go, King of the Weather? All right, it was a pleasure having you on. Hopefully I see you in the next live stream or the comment section of my full nutritional YouTube video or YouTube short, King of the Weather. Have a great day. Welcome, everybody to the live stream. Hey, how are you doing, baby mom? What's your name? Mana, glad you could be here. I think you meant to say mama, but you put 2 N's in your name. Did you do that intentionally? Interesting, but glad you could be here. What are we saying? Okay, the lavender. So we have 3 votes for lavender. Okay, Eric said both look pretty. Okay, so you like both colors. Okay, and yourself said brown. All right. So we have more votes, it seems like, for lavender. We have about 4 votes for lavender, 1 vote for brown. So let's do with the lavender. So what I did was I actually found this nail polish, and it was hard when I found it, so I put like a dollop of acetone to try and thin it out, and I feel like it did a good, decent job. As I'm painting, if I feel like I should add more, I'll add a little bit more. But what are y'all saying? Evan said, I look great when exercising too. I just feel better when eating now. I feel all I do is binge and still feel hungry, so it might be more psychological than actual hunger. Yeah, and like if you are identifying that, Evan, that's great, because you are identifying something that you don't like that you're doing, and you have somewhat connected it to perhaps binge eating and maybe some psychological um thing that you may need to treat. So from that, go ahead, and if you have access to insurance, or like even if you don't have insurance, definitely like consider speaking to a mental health professional, because they're probably going to be able to create a plan for you on how you can stop binge eating and how you can engage in healthy eating behavior. So yeah, definitely consider doing that, Evan, if that's something that you want to improve, because remember, I always say mental health, no matter how small it may seem, is not a stigma at all. Hey Bill, how are you doing today? Evan said, Mia, do you have any boba tea places near your campus? Yeah, I do, but I don't like boba tea. Hey, my little angel, what's happening? What's happening is that I'm responding to you guys' comments, and I'm just doing my manicure right now. MJ said, thanks, guys, for turning music back on now at work. Okay. Evan said, I might buy the same shade of lavender. It's lovely for more darker, okay, skin tones. I feel like the lavender will work well for any skin tone, but yeah, if you want to try it out, you could definitely try it out. Savage said, can you speak on, want to hear my opinions? Evan said, I feel that when exercising, my actual appetite was more realistic, to be honest. Okay. You know you want brown and your soul said. Human said, what the world? Okay. Fate said, hey cats, the internet connection here is just bad. You're still in the military camp. Oh, so it's so, I mean, hardly put your phone. Wow. So do you like it, at least, Fate, being in that military camp, where you like, hey, it's not for me? Do you like it, or you're like, no? This is what it look like. But how's everyone doing? Let me know if you just joined. I'm uniquely Mia. I think I need to put a little more acetone in here, also known as Mia. And I show you what my life is like. And who was it? In your soul, you might get your wish. I might have to do my next hand in brown, because why is this? There's not a lot of lavender coming out of this bottle. But I'm uniquely Mia, also known as Mia, as I said. Right now I'm doing my own manicure. Let me know, do you do your manicure at home, or do you go to the nail salon, guys? And I show you what my life is like. So if you want to be part of a community where you are welcome for your positivity and uniqueness, do consider liking the video and subscribing. I show you guys what my life is like. I have fashion videos, eat with me, technology videos, days of my life as a grad student, and so much more on the channel. So definitely subscribe and take a deep dive into the content. As I always say, the key is to put very thin layers, but I don't really like this bottle. I feel like I thought I fixed it, but it's very thick. So I'm gonna have to, we're gonna do a little bit of experimentation, but I want to try and at least put some polish on this one hand before we move on. I don't know if it's gonna make it. I don't even know how old this nail polish is, to be honest. That's top, because nail polish expire. Like, I never knew nail polish expired, guys, until I found like a bottle of my old nail polish that I had, and I'm like, nah, this ain't good. This is not good. And nail polish is definitely reactive to the environment in which you are in. And I never knew that as well, because when I went to Guyana, tell me why all my nail polishes, it literally like spoiled. Literally spoiled. Because it was the hot climate, and like I don't know how it spoiled, but like I tried to use them and it just wasn't good. And it was good polish too that I bought to Guyana. So that's why I didn't really bring any back to school with me, because most of them spoiled. Okay, so we're putting a little bit of acetone. I'm saying a little bit, and you're like, Mia, this is a lot of acetone that you're pouring in, because it looks really thick. All right, let's read some of these comments while I shake this bottle up. But this is what it's looking like. Welcome, YouTuber. How you doing? Glad you could be here. Hey, how are you doing? Glad you could be here. Glad you could be here. If you confess with your mouth that Jesus is Lord, you will be saved. Believe that Jesus died on the cross for your sins, okay? And that he rose from the dead on the third day, you will be forgiven. Thank you so much for that. That is so rude. All opinion, people, and ideas are welcome. However, blasphemy is not welcome. Nah, we ain't doing blasphemy on the chat, guys. Don't be saying that. But if you don't believe in Jesus, if you don't believe in God, you're still more than welcome on the channel. But we're not going to curse God. We're not doing that on the chat, all right? So let's remember that all opinion, people, and ideas are welcome. But when we get into the area where you want to start cursing religion, this ain't the place to do that, all right? Hey, human, how you doing today? You're surrounded by demons, Mia. Save yourself fast. Run to Jesus. Jesus is protecting me. Don't worry, human, but thank you so much for your well wishes. Eric said, beautiful nails. How do I remove the letters off the screen so that your manicure is not blocked by the letters? Are you on a mobile device? If you're watching a live stream on your phone, I don't know, actually. I feel like you should be able to scroll down, like maybe tap the screen, make me full screen, Eric, probably, and then maybe that way you won't see the comments anymore. If not, unfortunately, I don't know how to do that, but my best is to try to make it full screen. Or you can always watch Uniquely Me on the big screen. If you have like a laptop, an iPad, or like an internet TV, just search Uniquely Me up there. Fate said, Mia, thanks for being positive and spreading it to the world. Despite being in a negative world, you're strong. Thank you so much for your kind words, Fate. I do like that. We're going to pin that comment. I do like that. But as I say, guys, on this channel, I'm trying to make the world a little more positive. And when we do that, remember that like we are going to encounter some negative individuals. So when that happens, they can either be suppressed or so consumed with our positivity that they're going to revert to being positive, or they're just going to be their own negative self. But it's okay. We have no control over that behavior. So thank you, Fate. I'm glad that you see that this channel as being a source of positivity for y'all. One second, guys. It was cold, so yes, I do cover up with a blanket. Thank you, God. All right, we're good. One of my assignments just got graded, and that professor was taking forever to grade the assignment, so I was kind of freaking out what my grade would be. But once again, I'm God's favorite. I'm not God's favorite. Well, I don't know if maybe I'm God's favorite, but like I pray to God, so at least God is not abandoning me now. So thank you so much. I'm not going to tell you guys the grade that I got because this isn't like the end of the semester, but just know it's a good grade, okay? So I'm happy with my grade that I got. We got a lot more assignments to like work towards to get good grades, so that way the final semester grade can be the grade that we want. So, hey Drake, how are you doing? Yes, Drake, I told you I'm sticking to this schedule, okay? I'm sticking to the live stream schedule. I did start streaming a little early though. But how's everyone doing today? How are you doing today, Drake? Hey, the weird girl, how are you doing today? Glad you could be here. Hey, Tony. Hey, Carlos. What? That makes, I do not understand I do not understand that comment at all. I'm human. Guess acts, are you 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th grader? No, I'm a graduate school. So I'm a grad student. So like if I were to put that into numbers, I don't know if that's possible. Like it is possible, but it wouldn't necessarily make any sense. But I'm in graduate school, so that means I graduated from 12th grade, guess. And then I went to college slash undergrad, and then I graduated from there, all right? And then I decided to go to graduate school. So I'm now in a graduate program. So yeah, postgraduate is where I'm at. Hey Mikey, how are you doing today, Mikey? Glad you could be here. I feel like I've seen a movie and the main character's name was Mikey. I don't know. I feel like I've seen a movie like that. So when I said Mikey, I'm like, why does that movie come to my head? But I can't remember the name of the movie. Thank you so much for your congratulations, guys. Hey MYK, talk about my college. Okay, talk about my college. What do y'all want to know about my college? My college was a college. It was a big college. Academics, while I was doing my college coursework, I thought it was really hard, but now that I'm a grad student, I'm like, that was the easiest thing ever. And I put way too much nail polish remover in here because look how thin this is. So yeah, that was my college experience. I took a lot of summer classes because I wanted to graduate early. So because of me taking summer classes every summer as an undergrad student, I graduated in 3 years, summa cum laude. That's essentially the highest you can get. As a grad student, I was part of the honors college at my school. So like I graduated summa cum laude, that's honors, and then I did extra work to be in the honors college at my university. And it's not even on my degree, so I could have just lied and said I was on the honors college and never do the extra work. But that was sus. I was upset when I didn't see that was on my degree because I'm like, I did all this extra work. I was part of a lot of different organizations as an undergrad. I was the president of like the honors college, one of their main student organization that speaks directly with the dean at the university. I did that for a while. I was in the Student Government Association. I was an associate justice there. Had a lot of jobs as an undergrad student. Accessibility assistant. I was a student assistant. I was an RA. I was a facility attendant at the gym. I hated that job so much. I didn't even put it on my resume. I mean, it was on my resume, but then I was like, I don't like this job. And, like, the skills aren't that good, so I took it off. And that's basically it. My college experience, similar to my graduate experience, is just, like, a lot of academic and professional development opportunity that I tried to achieve and added on. Ninja Turtles, yes. Yes! I feel like that's where your name's from, Teenage Ninja Turtles. Okay, yes. Because I'm like, I do. That name sounds familiar. Teenage Ninja Turtles is definitely a great movie. I have not seen it in a while, but I do love that movie. That is definitely a funny movie. It's an action-packed movie. Great movie, Teenage Ninja Turtles, if you guys haven't seen it. I feel like before I actually got into like watching Marvel and actually liked and appreciated Marvel and DC, I was definitely a Teenage Ninja Turtle person. Because I feel like honestly when I was younger and I used to watch Marvel and DC, I was like, I do like it, but I always found them to be a little boring. Younger Unique Lumia for some reason. So yeah. So it was Teenage Ninja Turtles for me before Marvel and DC. Is everyone at my school nice? I mean, everyone I encounter have always been nice to me, and if they were mean to me, I guess I didn't notice, or if I didn't notice, I didn't care, or if I noticed, I just complained to my mom about it. Cause yeah, I mean, if everyone's not nice to you, they just got to be respectful. I feel like honestly, so I don't really look at niceness when it comes to people that I meet on campus. I just look to see are you being a little bit polite as soon as I meet you, or you're not being overly disrespectful. How old am I? It's the glory of God to conceal a matter and the honor of kings and queens to seek out the answer. That essentially means I'm not telling you my age. If you want to know my age, like the video, subscribe to the channel, go to my YouTube homepage, click playlist, and watch my Washington, D.C. birthday adventure videos. Trust me, if you pay attention, my age will be disclosed to you. Human says it means you have great attitude. You're a catch. Someone's gonna be lucky. Okay. I know you mean that as a compliment, but like I don't understand that though sometimes. I'll say thank you because I know you mean it as a compliment. So I'll say thank you for that, human. However, I'm big on not objectifying people, and when people compliment people saying somebody's going to be lucky, or I'm such a great person because of the way that I physically look, I don't really like that. It doesn't necessarily make a lot of sense to me, but thank you for saying that. Thank you because I do know you mean it as a compliment, but let's not objectify people, right? And tie people's worth to how they look. But thank you for saying I have a great personality as well. I do appreciate that. Drake, you did the conversion. You think I'm in 15th grade? Okay. Hey, Nate. What's your name? Nathan. Glad you could be here. Greetings, greetings. Nathan Archibald. No, it's not you because you have a different name. Have you guys seen Gossip Girl? Do you love Gossip Girl? It's a great show. It's not, his name's not Nathan, it's Nathaniel, but it's like it's a character in Gossip Girl. We got Chuck Bass, we got Blair Waldorf, we got Serena Vanderwoodson. Is that her name? Yeah, Vanderwoodson. We got Eric, that's her brother. It's a lot. It's a lot of craziness that goes on in Gossip Girl. Blair Waldorf is definitely the best character. Blair Waldorf top tier, right? Have you guys seen Gossip Girl, or you're like, hey, you do not know what I'm talking about? Greetings. I am white, African American, black, Caucasian man from North Korea. How are you today? Greetings, greetings. Glad that you know your ethnicity. That's awesome. Not a lot of people know their ethnicity. North Korea has access to YouTube. I'm always so baffled when you guys come in and say, like, hey, you have access to YouTube in North Korea. What's it like there? I mean, don't tell me too much because people be disappearing, but like, don't tell me too much. But what's it like in North Korea? But I'm doing good today. Hey, Edwin. How are you doing today, Edwin? Glad you could be here. Okay, we're good. Glad you could be here, Edwin. Hey, Cassie. Glad you could be here. How are you doing, Cassie? I've not seen you in a while. Hey, it's your boy. Glad you could be here. Okay, you're from North Korea, but you don't live there. Okay, you escaped to South Korea. So what's it like in South Korea? Okay, so North Korea wasn't good. Hey, Roger. Glad you could be here. How's your day going? So let's go and put the top coat on. If you haven't let me know, guys, let me know. What are your weekend plans? Evan, if you're still out there. Drake, Eric. I'm not sure if Cats came back on. I know King of the Weather said they left. Cassie, Nathaniel, it's your boy. Human, let me know. Any weekend plans? What are y'all planning on eating for dinner? Would love to know. D support if you're out there. What do you plan on eating for dinner? This is the second coat that we're putting on my nails. I will say, I tend to prefer thin coats, really thin coats, over thick coats because thin coats, it's harder to peel off. Like, I've found I have a habit of peeling off my nail polish sometimes. I do it consciously sometimes, but 9 times out of 10, I peel off my nail polish unconsciously, and it's easier to peel that off if it's thick. Let us paint this hand and then I'll respond to your comments, guys. I feel like I may put a design on. Oh, snap. I might do polka dots. This is a very rough paint job, okay? It's a very rough paint job. I don't like this at all. But I wanted to find some new nail polish, and I thought this would be good because it was in my room, but I think this expired as well. That good. From a distance, it looks fine. That's all I want to show y'all. From a distance, it looks really good, okay? What are we saying? I still don't get why everyone calls me Cassie. Is it Casey? Am I saying it wrong? Is it Casey? Like, cause like I'm seeing the K, but like for some reason my brain wants me to say Cassie. That's what I'm saying. Is it Casey? K-sai? Which one? What do you say? You're gonna eat kangaroo tonight. Okay, I know they do that in Australia. Do enjoy it. Human said, observe isn't the same as objectify. Definition of objectified, the degree of status to a mere object, express something abstract in a concrete form. Saying you have a nice body only speaks to the idea that whatever you do, take care of yourself, works well. Just keep doing what you're doing. It doesn't go back to the patriarchy. Thank you so much for providing that definition. Really appreciate it. So yeah, but I do know there is a concept known as objectifying humans, or like putting, or maybe I'm using the wrong word. Who knows? I could be using the wrong word. Or just like placing human value or worth based on how they look. So, like I'm saying, open to interpretation. So, human, thank you for clarifying. You really didn't have to do that, but I really appreciate you for clarifying that. Totally see your point of view, where you're coming from. Like I said, there's nothing necessarily wrong. There's nothing wrong with that. With you saying, hey, you're a great person, Mia, because of the way you look and because of your personality. Nothing wrong with that at all. But for me, I always like to take things and make it into an educational moment. And maybe you, when you said that, human, you probably didn't mean to connect it back to the patriarchy, but it does connect to the patriarchy a little bit, because 9 times out of 10, if you look at videos sometimes of females being complimented, 9 times out of 10 sometimes, or their worth for females, it oftentimes is given to them based on the way that they look sometimes. So that's how it connects to the patriarchy a little bit. So I totally understand where you're coming from, human. Like I said, it wasn't really that serious. And I understood what you meant. Your compliment, no, you didn't mean it in a mean way. So I don't mean it in a mean way too, when I'm just trying to say, hey, appreciate it. But just remember, let's not say we like somebody just on how they look right off the bat. Like if you say I have a nice face, fine. But I feel like sometimes when you start speaking about other people's body as a whole, I think sometimes that's where it gets a little iffy, when you start speaking about people's body. So yeah. What are we saying? Hey, Ivory, how are you doing? Thank you so much. You're beautiful as well, Ivory. Thank you so much. Really appreciate the kind words. Okay. You said no, it's Kai say. Kai say? That's how Kai say. That's what I want to say. Am I saying it wrong, or did I say it a little better? Hey, Vernon, how are you doing today? I'm doing good today, Vernon. Human said God. Kaisei, which one? I'm so sorry. I'm trying to say it, but I don't know. Oh, Kaisei. Okay, thank you, Kaisei. I will remember that. I'm gonna write that down now. So Kaisei. All right. This pen is terrible. But how are you doing today, Kaisei? What's it like today in your country? What'd you eat? And what about you, Vernon? What's it like in your, I think you're in the United States, I'm pretty sure, Vernon, but what's it like today where you're, the state in which you are living in? And what'd you eat as well? Human said, God made you beautiful. He also made me appreciate it. Why? So you see, nothing wrong with that. God did make me beautiful. So, and people in the real world can definitely appreciate that beauty, 100%. Nothing wrong with that. But I always like I said, I always like to educate my supporters a little bit about history. So there's nothing wrong with that. However, I'm just throwing it out there. In general. This isn't an attack on you, human, or anybody. I'm just throwing it out there. Yes, I am beautiful. God did make beautiful people for them to be appreciated. But we also got to understand, too, that let's not connect that beauty to how somebody to somebody's value, you can say, because there are multiple beautiful people in the world. However, even though that beauty is also appreciated, it can also be very dangerous for some people to be so beautiful, depending on the type of people they encounter, because sometimes, yeah, so like me, I'm on the internet as a person, right? So when I go outside, and since I am like a streamer and I post videos on the internet and make those videos public, and I know I'm a beautiful person, and I know perhaps other people will find Uniquely Mia to be beautiful, they're going to appreciate said beauty. And I'm giving you guys free permission to appreciate said beauty, because my videos are public, you guys can see my face, You can see what I look like, my different outfits. You guys have permission to appreciate my beauty. So nothing wrong with that at all right? However, we do have to understand sometimes too, just as a learning lesson to everyone in the real world, when we go out, some people, you may be appreciating some people's beauty, but they don't want you to appreciate their beauty, and that's okay, all right? So, yeah. So it was just like a little learning lesson. And why did I connect it to the patriarchy again? I connected it to the patriarchy because, as I said, throughout history, females' worth has been given to them based on the way that they look. All right? That's how females' worth was defined for them. So like if somebody were to randomly come on the live stream and tell me, "Hey, you're so beautiful. You must be smart." That would confuse me because I'm like, you're saying that I'm, it's like, well, maybe that wasn't a good example for y'all. What's the most common saying? People's like, when you look at blondes, all right, when you see movies, people are like, "Oh, this person is blonde, so they probably not smart." That's the most common way that people look at somebody's features and thus like to say something negative about them in a way. That's not good. That's like objectifying humans and putting a stereotype on them. So I don't want to confuse y'all, but I was just answering human's question. Hopefully my reasoning for you human and to why I said what I said was a little more understandable for you. Hopefully I didn't confuse you too much, but like I said, wasn't that serious. But thank you so much for your compliment. I do appreciate it. Hey Tim, how are you doing? Really, really appreciate the positivity. Kaisei said, "Good school is killing me though." Oh no, Kaisei. No, that's terrible. But you know what? When's your next break? Get a calendar, Kaisei. Get a calendar and mark down into your next holiday break and continue to have a positive mindset. Just know one day you will no longer be in school, Kaisei. And if you have a sibling or like a niece or a nephew who's younger than you, Kaisei, then you could look at them and be like, when you're in like my program, I'm gonna be done with school. I do that all the time. My nephew, he doesn't like it when I do it sometimes. Or gee, they don't like it when I do it. I'd be looking at them sometimes and I just randomly would tell them, I'm like, when you're in university, I'll be done, dude. I'll be done. I'll be traveling and you'll be here. And they get so upset when I tell them that. So maybe Kaisei that can make you feel a little better. Look at a little kid in your family or in your life and just know when they're in your place, you'll be done with school. Healthy is equal to beauty. I'll agree to disagree with that. I agree because yeah, 100%. If you're healthy, you definitely have a form of beauty, but there are some people who are pretty, societal pretty, but they may not be healthy internally. Drake said, "LML, me is feeling herself today." Why? Because I said I'm beautiful, Drake. I wouldn't say. I mean, I always think I'm beautiful every day, but I just want to answer humans' comments, so I was just using me as an example. But yeah, like I said, guys, there's like Unique Lamia has one personality, but the more you're on live stream and the more you ask different questions, more I guess different sides of my personality will come out. I guess Drake, you were stumped because you've never heard me say I'm beautiful myself. But no, I definitely consider myself to be beauty. That's beautiful. That's one thing. Unique Lamia does not have any body positivity issues with herself at all. So yeah, Human said, "You would do well on a radio or video. Some people could only be successful in video format. Some people could only be successful in radio. It's just a fact of life." Really, Human? So you think I could be good as like a podcaster? When I went to summer camp one year, my mom sent me to summer camp, and like literally they had like a radio station segment, and I was the radio person. I was like talking to all the campers, and I was like, now the next song coming on is what's the name of it? I forgot the name of the song. But I was like, now the next song coming on is like Watermelon Sugar by Harry Styles. That wasn't the song, but that was the song that came in my head. Harry Styles, great music. So it was really fun to do. But yeah, it's just like, how does one become a radio podcast? Like how did I even become that? Like what? That was always like a career that's like, hey, what in the world? What path do you go on to do something like that? But thank you. That sounds really cool. So that means you guys like my voice. Have a good voice is what you're telling me, because it's actually my voice. Because some people, guys, I'll listen to their voice and I'm like, world? What am I listening to? So no, not everybody has a good voice. Okay, it's like I'll say, it's not all babies are pretty. Not all babies are cute. Okay, and not all people have a good voice. So that means you guys like my voice. Thank you so much for that. Thank you, God, for giving me a good voice where I'm not annoying my supporters when you guys hear me speak. What are we saying? Vernon said, it's nice weather in Houston. Okay. Okay, so you're in Houston. All right. And I don't remember what I ate. You know, you recently ate a piece of orange. Hard candy. Okay, okay. So you got that sugar in you today. And glad it's a nice day in Houston. Houston, Texas. What do I know about Houston, Texas? I think your time zone's like an hour behind me, or 2 hours. I feel like I think it's hot, but it's not hot all the time in Houston. Your food in Texas, your food, you have good food. I know that because I'm on social media a lot, and like you have like that Nashville hot chicken, like in Houston. Well, Houston and Nashville, two different places, but it's all in Texas. So I think your food in Texas is really good, to my knowledge. Am I right, Vernon? Or like, hey, Mia, what are you talking about? The food in Houston sucks. Drake's like, no, I know you know that you're beautiful. It's just you said you are allowing us. Oh, to see such. Okay, okay. Okay, Drake. No, that, no. Now that you're typing that back to me, I can see how it's definitely funny. No, but it's true too. It kind of is true because guys, I could be uploading videos on social media and make them all private. Like literally, I could do that. So I feel like by default, if you think I'm beautiful, by default, and if you watch my videos, because obviously you love the content just because you want to see Uniquely Mia, you are somewhat appreciating. Like, if, you know what, let's connect this to Greek mythology a little bit. Imagine if the Greek gods are still, like, alive, right? Imagine this scenario. Greek gods are still alive, but they became social media content creators. You know who would be a social media content creator? Aphrodite. Aphrodite would be like the beauty girl, body positivity, makeup girly. Because Aphrodite would be the fashionista, like showing you all the outfits with the trends. She would know the latest makeup, the hairstyles, everything. Because I feel like when you watch clothing videos, or like people who like make fashion content, it's because you like how the clothes look, but like they wear the clothes well, and people are appreciating that. So Aphrodite would definitely be that girl. What do y'all think? Do you guys know who Aphrodite is in Greek mythology, or no? Thank you so much, Layla. You're pretty as well. Human said you have a good voice, flow, cadence, and most importantly, depth of content. Okay, okay. Thank you, Human. That's so funny, Drake. Drake said, I have a great voice, horrible singing voice. You know what, Drake? For you, I do. For you, for sure. For you. But thank you so much, Drake. Glad you think I have a good voice. I know I'm not the best singer, but I'm still confident that, like, if I were to, like, go into a studio and get some auto-tune in my voice, if I were to release a song underneath, like, a completely different name, I feel like maybe at least one person will like it. So to that one person, I'll probably be the best singing voice they ever heard. Human said, oh, true. Haven't heard you singing yet. Drake said, nah, I'm with Mia on this one. We don't have to lie and act like all babies are beautiful. No, yeah, all babies are not cute. No, all babies are not cute. Like, they grow into their cute. Like, my nephew, he grew into his cuteness. Like, when he was first born, I'm sorry, Jay, if you're watching this, dude, but like, no, you weren't it when you were first born. He really wasn't. He grew into his cuteness. He really did. He looked like an old guy when he was born, guys. His face was all like, it was all scrunched up. And I guess that's because he went through trauma, the birth of trauma. I guess that's what happened to him. So, I don't know, but he grew into the cuteness for sure. Hey, Carlos. Hola, hola. How are you doing today? That's the extent to my Spanish. Okay, Houston has great food. Okay, Ferdinand said, nice. Drake said, I love when Mia gets all mythical on this. No, Greek mythology is very interesting. And you're like, what if, I don't think they were real, because like, I don't think immortal beings are real, but like, I mean, God is an immortal being, but then again, if you believe in God, I feel like you have to believe in those things a little bit. So I feel like, yes, maybe a pantheon did exist, similar, but but maybe similar to the Greek gods, but I don't know. And if they weren't real, at least if there was nothing in existence similar to them at one point in time, I'm like, why did the Greeks create them? Like, what was going through the Greeks' head to say, I want to make Zeus, Hera, Aphrodite, Ares, all these other people? Like, what were they thinking? So, yeah. Okay, yeah. So you know who Aphrodite is. My mom says she's Aphrodite. Like anytime I would watch Xena the Warrior Princess, we all chose different characters, and I would always tell my mom I'm Athena. I was always Athena or Artemis. So Athena is like she's like the equivalent to Zeus. Not like cheating on everybody. All right, Athena's the equivalent to Zeus because she's like you know how Zeus is the king, Athena's the queen. So Athena's Zeus' successor. So like I'm the successor to the throne, and then in Greek mythology, younger uniquely Mia wanted to be Athena, all right? Or I wanted to be Artemis because I was and am still obsessed with like archery, the bows and arrows, and Athena is like the goddess of the hunt, so she's like hunting everything with the bow and arrow, things like that. But my mom, she was always Aphrodite. She's like, I'm Aphrodite for sure. And you know what? Let her be Aphrodite. She sure does dresses like her sometimes, so yeah, she is Aphrodite for sure. So, what would you guys categorize yourself as if you were to choose one Greek mythology god? What would you categorize yourself to be? There's Hephaestus. Hephaestus is the one who makes all the weapons, but people are like they don't really like. Well, not people. People like Hephaestus, but like the Greek gods themselves, they don't like Hephaestus because they say he's the ugliest god because he has like scars and like he was born and like Zeus or Hera, they messed up his life because they were jealous. It was really bad with Hephaestus, but he makes all the weapons for the gods. Um, and then we have Ares. Ares is obviously the god of war. We have Poseidon. He's the goddess of the sea. He's the god of the sea. We got what's his name? Dionysus. I think that's his name. I'm saying it wrong, but he's the one who drinks everything. So if you like alcohol, you're probably him. Okay. Who else do I know off the top of my head? We got Hephaestus, we got Poseidon, we got Zeus. Obviously, Zeus is the king of the gods with the thunder. We got Artemis. We got Ares. Hades. We got Hades. Hades is god of the underworld. Demeter. She's the one of nature. She's the one of like she builds all like the plants. I'm gonna read your comments in a second, guys, when I'm done with this. I forgot the name of Hades' wife, actually. I feel like I may put a quick design on this because this is low-key botched. This nail polish was not that good, guys. I put too much nail polish remover in it. Okay. So let me read some of these comments. Vernon said, why would someone feel the need to judge a baby's looks? It's not judging a baby's looks, I don't think. I think it's just saying facts. Because, like, I'm a big person. I feel like if you... I've always been like this even before I knew the name of it. But, like, 9 times out of 10 when people talk about babies, they like to say all babies are cute. No, they're not. That's like spreading mistruths. So, yeah. So, I don't think that's judging a baby. It's just saying, hey, if people want to say all babies are cute, you're spreading false narratives. That's not true. Because imagine this scenario. Imagine a young girl out there in the real world, right? And a young girl, she's going to grow up with people telling her all babies are cute. And she's probably going to develop the personality of saying, I want to have a baby because I want something cute. And she has a baby and her baby's ugly. Then what's she going to say? She's going to be upset at society. I mean, she'd be upset at yourself, but like she's going to be upset at society. Like, you guys told me all babies are cute. I just had an ugly baby. What am I going to do now? So we don't want to spread mistruths, especially when young people are on social media, right? Because young people are very perceptive and absorbent to social media things. Hey, Coaster Boy, how are you doing today? Hola, ¿cómo estás? How are you doing today? Drake said, oh, Mia, you did not just say that. Don't post this live. You called him ugly and a baby. Who? Hephaestus? That's what Hephaestus is. That's like in Greek mythology, Hephaestus is the ugliest god. That's what people say in Greek mythology. Hephaestus is the ugliest god. Okay, Drake, you're Zeus. Okay, so you're the god of thunder, so you want to rule everybody. Okay, okay. All right, cool. Vernon said, what about Loki? Loki is in Norse mythology. So Loki's not Greek mythology, but Loki is the god of mischief. Mischief. So yeah, you could be Loki for sure. Okay. So Vernon, you're mischievous is what I'm hearing. So you like causing problems for people and making pranks on them, right? That's what Loki is. But so whoever wanted pink in your soul, I'm gonna do pink polka dots because this isn't, when you look at it close, I don't like it close, so we're gonna do pink polka dots. Oh, you mean my nephew Jay? No, he's fine. I told him that in person before. Oh snap! I can't do pink. This is what is wrong with my nail polish, guys. Anything that I tell you guys on stream, I've told my family members this before. I'm not that person to tell you guys something that I've never told them. Guys, didn't I tell you in the past, Uniquely Mia has the same exact personality? So the personality that I have on stream with y'all, my family members get the same exact personality. Maybe a little more unfiltered for them, but like the same exact personality. So Jay will be fine, Drake. But thank you so much for your concern for him. Thank you so much for your concern. He's fine. Like I said, he grew into his cuteness, so he's cute now, for sure. Well, he's first born though. Okay, Human said my Greek god alter ego would be Thanos. You mean Thanos? Like in Marvel? Who's Thanos? I don't know who that is. What mythology is that person in? Is that, I don't know much about Egyptian. I know a little bit about Egyptian mythology. But what mythology lore is that Norse, like Ragnarok? Is that like Nordic mythology, Greek mythology? Who's in that one, Human? Vernon said an action can be cute, so all babies are cute. Yeah, we'll agree to disagree, Vernon. Hey, how are you doing? The bee, how are you doing? Welcome, welcome. Have you ever tried mushrooms or acid tabs? Since you said acid tabs, I'm thinking you're speaking about drug paraphernalia, whatever. Might get tongue-tied sometimes. I do not engage in illegal substances, all right? I do not use illegal drugs, all right? So the answer, I'm not sure if that's legal, and even if it is legal, if it's drugs that the doctor is not going to recommend to me, I'm not using it. Hey, Carlos, how are you doing today? Welcome, welcome, Brandon. Hey, ASMR. No, I'm in graduate school. Oh, he's in Greek mythology. What's his power as Human? I don't remember that god or goddess. What's that person's power? Thank you so much, Brandon. Yes, I do have a prominent widow's peak. God definitely wanted me to be distinguishable, so shout out to God for that. Do you speed on the highway? No. I'm not the one to speed on the highway. I am not the one to speed on the highway. Do I jaywalk? I'm not sure if jaywalking is legal or not, so I don't recall if I've ever jaywalked in my life. I really don't recall at this current moment of time. No recollection of doing that, or, yeah, I don't know. What am I saying? Weed is legal in New York. I knew somebody would say that, Vernon. Weed is now legal in New York for sure. Yeah, it is. But if my doctor's not prescribing it to me, I'm not going to take it. So weed is legal where anybody could go and buy it. So I only use drugs that my doctor prescribes to me. What are we saying? Hey, Noise. How long have you been mentally ill? You're mentally ill, Noise. It's okay. It's okay. Definitely go and receive your treatment from your therapist. Speak to a psychiatrist if you need to. Remember, mental health is not a stigma. Just receive the treatment. It's better you receive the treatment and you take the medication that you're given and speak to somebody rather than you're just living without receiving treatment for it, Noise. And you are still more than welcome on the channel. I'm Uniquely Mia, also known as Mia, and you're welcome for your positivity and uniqueness. Hey, country kid, how are you doing today? Welcome back. What country kid? What happened? Was it something awesome? Do you crip walk? Isn't that the guy from, what's his name? Kendrick Lamar? Didn't he do that in the video? No, I don't know how to do that. Wasn't it that dance that they were doing? I don't know how to do that. Hey, M, how are you doing? Oh no, country kid! You got your leg broke? Oh my god. That sounds so painful. First off, country kid, are you okay? And second of all, what were you doing to get your leg broken? Oh my gosh, hopefully you're okay. Drake said, Mia has never consciously done anything illegal. I've never consciously nor unconsciously done anything illegal. To my knowledge. I don't know, man. Like I said, I do not recall if I've ever jaywalked in my life. Alright, let's do some polka dots. Pink makes a polka dots make it look a little better, so whoever wanted the pink, you got your pink. Something quick, honestly. Hey DJ, how are you doing today? Thank you so much for the love, M. Sending it back. Oh, you said broken up with. When you said broken up, I thought you meant you broke your leg. That's how I interpreted that. Okay, so glad you didn't break your leg, but are you okay now? Why did they break up with you? What happened? Human said, okay, is a fascinating figure from ancient Greek, okay. Or tradition, one of those gods who shows up before the so they're before the Olympians and the Titans. Yeah, so that's why I don't know much about them. I only know about the Titans and the Olympians in Greek mythology. He's not as widely known as these. Okay, very cool. What was his power though? So what was it? What is power though? That sounds awesome. That sounds interesting. Human said or Apollo, but oh, so okay. So I see. So for you, since you said the embodiment of creation, that person is quote unquote God in Greek mythology. They created everything. That's what that person is. All right. Brennan's like, did you cheat, or did your ex leave you for someone else? Hey Kendra, how are you doing today? Glad you could be here. Human said, have you ever heard of root race theories? No, I've never heard of that before. And if I have heard of it, I do not recall what it is. Hey, altruistic, how are you doing today? Glad you could be here. That's one of those fun words to say, altruistic. Chose a cool username, and I feel like it's definitely like has a lot of syllables. So like, you're exercising your vocal cords when you say it a little bit. It's like a fun word to say. But welcome everybody who just joined. Let me know, what are y'all eating for dinner? What are your weekend plans? I'm uniquely Mia, also known as Mia. Shout out to all the returning supporters on the live stream. For all the new people who's here, really appreciate y'all. Make sure to like the video. Do consider subscribing and joining the community. I show you what my life is like. I am a dual degree grad student studying public administration and criminal justice. And all opinion, people, and ideas are welcome as long as we communicate to each other in a kind and respectful way. So let's do some polka dots really quickly. I wasn't going to do any design. I just wanted this to initially be like a just lavender design. However, the nail polish wasn't the best, the lavender. So we're just doing a quick design to cover up the imperfections. So this is what this looks like. The nails. What were you saying? Correct creator. No, I'm not an attorney. I am a graduate student studying public administration and criminal justice. So now we are going to go back in with the top coat. So let me know what y'all think about it. I feel like when you look at it from a distance, it's like, okay, it's cute from a distance for sure. But like when we look critically, you can definitely see some of the imperfections that are present. Okay, you're joking. All right. Human said root race theory. Okay. What it is. Describing the spirit of evolution, of humanity, great cycles rather than little races. Okay. Huh. Evolution of humanity in great cycles rather than little races. Okay. You wouldn't do what altruistic? The big idea, okay. Humanity unfolds in root races, each one representing a stage of consciousness. Oh, and civilizations. Okay. So that root race theory, the way I interpret it, they don't look at races. So it's more so, I guess, if you were part of the Roman Empire, if you lived there, you were a Roman, and if like you were part of like an ancient Sudanian empire, you were like Sudanian, like that. Is that how you're looking at it? With the root race theory human? Because like I've heard somebody say, I haven't done any research into it, so what I'm saying could be totally incorrect, but just on what I've heard a lot of people say that race was a social construct that was created by society. So to like differentiate, categorize people. So is that what root race is kind of getting at, human? Is that what it's getting at? Like there's not actually races, that people are just people, and you're identified by where you're from rather than being like African American, white, Asian, like that. Is that what you're saying? Okay, altruistic. You don't like the nails. That's okay. Jake said, "No, that's what." Oh, you don't like the polka dot. Drake said, "No, that's what makes the nails unique." Okay, so Drake, you like the polka dots? Thank you, thank you. Yeah, like it covers up the imperfections. Polka dots are definitely like my go-to nail design. Just know if Uniquely did polka dots, she wanted a quick design to cover up the imperfections. Or she just actually did a good job and she still wanted a quick design. So I don't hate it, but at least it's gonna be on my nails because this nail has to grow up. I bit this down. It was grown, then I bit it. This same thing. It was growing. It was nice and long, then I bit it. Same thing with this. So my nails are growing slow. That's just because, as I said, I haven't been moisturizing it. So I'm actually gonna start getting into moisturizing my nails again this weekend, so it can start growing because it's growing, but I've been biting it and there are different lengths now. Vernon said, so is that connected to bloodlines? Okay. Human said, the sequence simplified. Okay. The first root race. Okay. I don't want to say some of these words. I'm not saying that loud because I know I'm going to mispronounce it. Beings. Okay. More like shadows of energy than physical humans. Okay. Second root race, semi-physical, giant, luminous forms. All right. What? You know what you're describing to me? You're describing like the different eras throughout history, I feel like. That's what I'm getting with this root race theory a little bit. That's my interpretation of it. Based on what you're typing, human, that's what I'm getting, my interpretation of it. The different eras in human evolution, like societal, what was socially acceptable and not. That's what I'm getting from there. Human said for yeah, that's what I'm getting. These supports that the root race theory suggests we're not just advancing technologically, but our very model of perception and being is evolution. What does that mean for us today? Fifth, our current humanity sometimes. Civilization. Oh, Vernon asks, have I ever considered taking collagen? It helps grow your nails faster. Yeah, I've heard that. I've definitely heard, because like I'm a nail girly, so I always Google how to grow your nails faster, and people are like collagen, take the vitamins. But I feel like it would be good, but like I want my mom with me to like read the bottle and say if there's something she would use. Because the thing about it, like me taking vitamin to grow my nails, it's not a necessity because I can grow my nails independently. I've done it in the past. My problem is just I haven't been moisturizing it, biting it. I haven't really been taking care of it. So I know why it's not growing. So like I would be open to taking it, but like I don't really like medicine to be honest too. So that's why I haven't gotten it yet, Vernon. But I guess a question when we're looking at that root race theory for the audience, do you guys think we're actually evolving as a society or I don't know, just being stagnant? Like obviously, yeah, what are your responses? Do you think we're evolving as a society compared to past generations, or just like remembering history but not really doing much to further it? The root race theory, it's very very interesting. I would have to do some independent research myself independently to like make sure I fully understand it, because it sounds like a lot of other concepts and things that I've learned about, but like not directly related to that. M said, do you know? Okay. No, I don't know who that person is. M. Drake said root race theory kind of makes sense to me. Yeah, it also a little bit, yeah, it kind of makes sense to me too, Drake. But like I said, I'm connecting it to the different eras in a way for me. So that's how I'm making sense of it. But it definitely makes sense. But I just need to gather my thoughts to understand it. Hey GM, how are you doing? Okay, Vernon says we're definitely devolving. So not evolving, we're devolve. Okay. So I guess okay. What does everyone else think about that topic? Do you think we're more so evolving as a society going forward, or you don't think so? I love putting on top coat. It makes everything like look so good on your nails. Like top coat is my best friend with nail polish. Like things will look bad, but once you put top coat on, it's gonna make it shine. It's gonna make it look so good. Cause look at that. Like doesn't that look better? Like it just makes it more shiny. It kind of like glues everything together with the top coat. Love the top coat. Okay, guys. Okay, so with top coat, this is the hand with it, and this is without top coat. So without top coat, with top coat, you see the difference. Like look at the little shine extra, and then it looks a little more cohesive put together with the top coat. Hey Crystal, how you doing today? Glad you could be here, Crystal. I'm uniquely Mia, also known as Mia. How's your day going? Human said according to, okay, another type of theory. All right. Races. Okay. Genetics. Humans have a divine mission to tame the world. It's humans' mission to tame the world? Okay. Drake said, I don't think we are physically evolving. Oh my god. That's crazy. I don't think we're physically evolving, getting smaller / bigger. Mutations, etc. Okay. I don't think we're physically evolving. Yeah. The way I interpret that when you say you don't think we're physically evolving, yeah. I do kind of agree with that. Because, like, I feel like if we want to physically evolve, wouldn't we say people should be getting taller? Like, literally, I'm looking at, like, the incoming freshman class, and, like, I'm like, this next generation of adults, I don't think they're going to be that tall. So, like, I guess in that context, we're not physically evolving, you can say. Yeah, it's very, very interesting. Like, yeah. Like, I would give a big answer, so I just want to hear your opinions with this stuff too, because I'm always mostly sharing my opinions with stuff. So it's very interesting to hear your opinions, you guys' opinions. Human said, okay, study of religion. All right. So is that what you do, human? Do you study religion? What do you study? Or what's your area of expertise that you would say? Because you were typing a lot of interesting things in the chat. Alrighty. Right, so this is the manicure. It's all finished. What do y'all think about it? Let me know. Remember, if you join a little late and you want to do like a next manicure stream with Uniquely Mia, see me doing my nails, potentially choose the color. Make sure to save your save the date every Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Uniquely Mia will be live streaming for y'all for a manicure. So this is what it looks like. Now let me read some of your comments. Let's turn this into a little mini chat with me. So for everyone on the live stream, welcome, welcome. I'm Uniquely Mia, also known as Mia. I show you what my life is like. All opinion, people, and ideas are welcome as long as we communicate to each other in a kind and respectful way. I'm a dual degree grad student studying public administration and criminal justice. We have fashion videos, you and me technology videos, and a lot more. Yeah, don't be asking for people's address. That's us. Let's not do that, guys. Drake said, but welcome, Jeremy. How are you doing today? Drake said, because they say we evolved from apes, but apes are still here, and why haven't humans evolved from another species / subspecies? I mean, I will say my take on that, Drake, is that some people, I don't know if there's a genetic proof for it, but there are some people who believe that we evolve. So like obviously humans evolved from apes, and people say, and then obviously some people say that like humans evolve, like all humans evolved from like African people. So they're saying the original people were African, and then obviously from that, I guess people move to different terrains, and like your skin color change, your hair texture change things like that. So if we believe those people who say all life started in Africa and like all people evolved from African people, then in a way humans have evolved. And who knows, maybe evolution takes a few generations. So I don't know, because that's the great thing about history. Because when we look at history, guys, if we're being honest, what historical records do we really have to say that evolution didn't occur like 200 years ago for humans or 300 years ago? Because like we have history, but like it doesn't go far back. And the history that we do have, it's mostly Western cultures, at least to my knowledge. Like when I try to take a deep dive into history, maybe spanning 200-300 years, I mean, we got ancient Egypt. All right, we got that. And then after ancient Egypt, what do we have? We probably have Western European history that we learn about most of the time. So I'm sure there was probably a lot of other cultures who probably did experience something like that. Who knows, Drake? But then again, because of oral storytelling, not a lot of people knowing how to read, and just because of wars and those people not winning the wars, I guess their history wasn't written. But that's a good take. Those are definitely some great questions to ask, like why haven't humans evolved into another subspecies, things like that. That's something interesting to ask. Hey Sebastian, welcome back. Hey Grace, how are you doing today? Vernon said some say aliens added their DNA to apes. Yeah. It's like I've heard some people say too that like aliens helped build the pyramids. I've heard some people say that too. But no, the pyramids is definitely like one of like it's very interesting. Like I've never been. I'll go to the pyramids one day, but like it's a very interesting piece of architecture. And I've heard people say in modern society they tried to replicate the pyramids. They can't do it. They said it was huge blocks. How did they build it? So I don't necessarily think that aliens came from another planet. What I like to think is that those cultures, I think they were advanced. Like they perhaps weren't technologically advanced, like with technology, iPhones, laptops, things like that, with cars that could like require gas. But I'm a strong believer that like ancient Egyptian societies, even societies that went back further than ancient Egyptian societies, I'm a believer that they were advanced in like their system, that the way they operate, the tools that they use, because it really doesn't make sense to me. So you're telling me it's like it's so funny. It's like a TikTok trend that's going around. There's some people on TikTok and they're like they would have the phone up to their face and they're telling me after like because I guess they're not wealthy. So what the trend is saying, the trend that they're doing is saying, you're telling me that all my ancestors, they didn't have any type of ambition to start a business, to do something so I could be wealthy. That's what people are saying. It is so funny, but like I think we could say the same thing with society. I feel like I feel like us in modern society in 2025, we cannot think that we were the only species to be advanced. Like we are the only humans in our timeline to say we are the most advanced. I feel like we can't say that. I mean, what we can say is probably we are advanced in terms of like having phones and cars, but then again, are we really advanced? Because we're killing the planet. We have all this cars with all the gas. We're releasing greenhouse gases. We have all these factories. We're releasing a lot of pollutants into the air, which is killing planet Earth. It's thinning like our outer crust in the sky, making it easier for us to burn. Are we advanced? We have plastic. We're killing the environment with plastic. Are we really more advanced? We just have access to more goods. We have technology. I'm reading lots of articles about the emergence of AI and how that's like killing the planet and releasing a lot of pollutants into the air when people use AI and things like that. So are we really advanced? So we have all this stuff in modern society, but at the same time, we're killing the planet. But at the same time, there are records that show our medicine is great because people were in ancient societies, they were dying because they didn't have access to proper treatment. So like I'm a believer. I think in a way we are advanced compared to other societies, like ancient societies. However, I don't think we perhaps are the most advanced ancient society. I don't believe that because what makes humans different? What makes us different from like our ancestors in ancient Egypt? Those people were fighting wars and surviving. I mean, like literally, people had to probably fight for their lives. It was really crazy. Like, so I don't know, but it's very interesting. Like I said, if you had a time machine, if I have a time machine, there are certain eras I would probably visit for a day, and certain eras I'm not going to. But it's just all these unanswered questions, like what was this society actually like? How was the internal workings of it? But unfortunately, we'll never know because of lost historical documents, and they didn't win the wars. That's why. Human said, I'm a master electrician. Okay. Um, okay. HVAC contractor, handyman. Okay, cool. Okay. I have very high technical aptitude and ability to study and learn things at extreme depth. One of those became spiritual. My father. Okay. Very cool. Very cool. Thank you for sharing. Human. That's cool. Okay. Vernon said we didn't evolve. We were altered. Yeah. Vernon said, they use sound vibrations to move the stones. Okay, they use sound vibrations. All right, Kat, Evan, you agree with Vernon? Hey, Sapien, how are you doing today? There's no evidence of them being advanced. Exactly. Just because, guys, when we say lack of evidence, so okay, you're saying because of lack of evidence, that shows that you're what you're saying. So what I'm hearing for the person who said there is no evidence for them being advanced, and I feel like a lot of people in society would say that, we're saying just because of this lack of evidence, that means that they weren't advanced. That's a flaw. We can't do that. We're making a flaw. That's a flawed argument. Just because there's lack of evidence disproving your claim, you can't base your conclusion on that. It's a flawed argument. So, that was good. That was really good. So I'm studying something, so I have to remember the flaws. So no, I tried to relate it back to what I'm studying. So I'm proud of myself for that. But no, that's true though. That's a flawed argument. You can't say that. So I mean, you could say it, but like, it's not a good argument. Human said, diagnosed. Oh no, you were diagnosed with cancer. Oh, your dad was diagnosed with cancer. Oh, he passed away. That's very sad. I feel sad for you. That is so sad. That's so sad. But it created this thirst for knowledge and information. Okay. And then we got AI. All right. Drake said no, they were technologically advanced. The pyramids had computers in them, okay? And the pyramids themselves were generators, allegedly. Wow, okay. So we got a lot of theories out there thinking about what the pyramids were. But yeah, the pyramids are just like very out there and so interesting. And they're still standing to this day. Like, they're still standing. So that material that they used was really good. Vernon said, how advanced are we when dolphins are more intelligent than we are? I think it's a different form of intelligence. Like I'm saying, like all these answers, guys, like there's two answers to it. Because yes, Vernon, dolphins can be more intelligent than us, but at the same time, they're not. So like, and there's nothing wrong with having multiple answers to this one idea because like, you know what? It's a very intricate topic. So like, yeah, like it's just so interesting. It's very interesting. Welcome back, Cats and Pokemon. Welcome back. It was a pleasure having you on, Ivory. Hopefully I see you in the next live stream or the comment section of my Full Instructional YouTube video or YouTube Shorts. Have a great day, Ivory. Drake said, Brandon, that's objective. I wouldn't say they are smarter than us. They just have a different type of intelligence. Yeah, like they have a different form, yeah. Like if I'm in the ocean and a dolphin come to me trying to save my life, that dolphin is more intelligent than me in that moment because I'm a human in the middle of the ocean. I'm dying. If I don't follow that dolphin, if they're not going to take me to the surface, what am I going to do? So I'll trust the dolphin wholeheartedly in that situation. But like, if the dolphin want to come and tell me about criminal justice, I'm like, dolphin, get away from me. Like, who are you, dolphin? So like, it's different situations. Evan said the buildings of the pyramids is explained in the Quran. There's a whole chapter called the people of Ada. All right, they were a group of black people and were 70 to 90 cubits tall, hence large structures. So they were giants. You're saying giants built the pyramids, Evan. Egypt also had wireless electricity. Hey, Stevenson. Maybe the giants built the pyramid. And you know what? We can say that. I can get across the giants building the pyramids. I feel like that's a valid thing to say a little bit, just because if you believe in religion, once again, David and Goliath. Goliath was a giant, okay? If you believe in the Bible, angels were coming down from heaven having kids with humans, and thus we created giants. So you never know. Like, there are people in the world today, there are a select few, but there are people who are like 7 feet tall. You know how tall 7 feet is? That person is huge. So if somebody can be 7 feet tall in modern society, I'm sure there was somebody who was born who was probably 10 feet tall, or like could have grown to maybe 15 feet tall. I don't know. But like, what were they eating? What were their bodies exposed to? Things like that. And I will say, what you eat when you do have a child, it does impact how tall that kid is. Because I think it was around World War II. I think I was in high school and I learned about this. Around World War II in England, I think, in Europe, one of those European countries, they were feeding their the pregnant women, they were getting fed a certain supplement to make sure their kids were tall because they wanted soldiers, because it was war era and they wanted the soldiers to be tall. So they were feeding the pregnant females. I don't know what they were feeding them, but it was some supplement to make sure their kids were tall. They need to start feeding that now in modern society because now people aren't that tall. There's nothing wrong with that, but like sometimes, like I go outside sometimes, and when I go outside, guys, sometimes like nothing wrong with your height. If you are not a tall person, nothing wrong. You guys are awesome, but like for me, I'm like literally when I go outside, I am the tallest person. Everywhere I go, I'm the tallest person. Like it's very rare I go somewhere and I meet somebody who's taller than me, or I see a person who's taller than me in passing. It's very rare. So, and obviously genetics plays a role, but like I said, I know for sure in World War II, around a war, they were feeding women something to make sure their kids were a certain height. So for me as a tall person, like when I go places and I see people and I'm the tallest person there, I love my height. Shout out to, like, I'm not complaining about my height, but like, I'm like, it's a little weird to me because literally all the incoming freshmen that I meet, my nephew's almost taller than them. And I'm like, this is what our new generation of adults are looking like. You're not, it's psyching me out a little bit. It's very psyching me out. So I don't know what that supplement was. And who knows, something like that may happen. America may be seeing that and people are like, hey, what's happening? And who knows, the CDC or the FDA is going to come out with something and be like, take this if you want your kids to be a certain height. But, so you don't know. So giants, I say all that to say that giants could have definitely been real. or if they weren't giants, they were just humans who were 15 feet tall as humans because they grew to that height because of what they were eating and things like that. Thank you so much, Sam, for your kind words. You're great as well. Hey, Raw, how are you doing? Brandon said dolphins just don't have hands to build stuff. Evan said, are Americans advanced with McDonald's and Wendy's? What do you mean by that, Evan? Don't they have McDonald's and Wendy's in Europe? I don't get what you mean. Well, how do you support your argument when you say that? Evan said, Vernon, the actual dolphins are so intelligent they become almost psychotic. Kat said, wow, I'm actually reading a book about a family who was cursed with time travel. Wow. In every generation, the family, one of the siblings is forced into the past. Oh no. Wow, it could be 20 to 80 years in the past. Wow. That sounds interesting, but why are they forced in the past? Cats, why? Is it like just a form of like learning for them, character building? Evan said, cats, are you the time traveler, Dan? Hey, my boy, how are you doing? Why do Cheez-Its, why do you Cheez-Its in the back? Okay, I read that. I think I answered that question already, but they're not stale. Drake said, it's like, yeah, dolphins can echolocate, but they can't teach you quantum physics. Dolphins are super cute, Evan said. Vernon said, I'm 6'1", and I find shorter people annoying. They always make their height an issue, usually through a joke. Guess what? I don't care. That's your short. Okay. Evan said, Vernon being short isn't a disability. Human said, with your height, you have a duty to always have an umbrella to provide shade. No, for real though. I do agree with that statement, Human. Because my mom, when it's raining, I'll be walking with my mom and she'll be holding the umbrella and like, why? Like, because her legs doesn't stretch far. I grab the umbrella from her hand. I'm like, let me hold the umbrella. Because the thing is, she'll only be sheltering herself. And then, like, I'm walking at my natural speed with the umbrella. And then she's walking at her natural pace, but, like, I'm getting wet because I'm going too far or she's holding the umbrella too low for me. So I do agree with that statement. When you're the tallest person, you do need to hold the umbrella because it's very annoying when people don't hold it. When my mom holds the umbrella and like I'm walking in the rain, it is interesting. Evan said that's why there are no longer black nations in Egypt. They were punished and actually made extinct by God himself. What, the world? Okay. That's interesting. Okay, I don't want to. No, I'm not gonna sponsor that. They found a large. Oh wow. Okay. Anyway, Vernon said, "I know being short isn't a disability. My point was short people always make an issue about their height, and that Napoleon complex is a real thing." It's annoying. You look like Felix from Stray Kids. All right. Evan said also, Napoleon invented the fuck idea. I don't know why no one has worked as we're next to the sun, which indicates their height. Okay. Remember, all these are just theories that we're throwing out there, guys, because I'm fairly confident none of us was around during ancient Egypt time, so we really don't know why they did what they did. So it's all just theories and speculation on why we think they did what they did. So yeah, you guys are definitely sharing some interesting takes, some interesting opinions on these topics for sure. So yeah, it's definitely interesting. So that's the only thing. If I had a time machine, that's what I would do with my time machine. I would go back to ancient societies, and I would just like to observe, be a fly in the wall in these ancient societies to see what were they like? Like, what were you actually like? Because obviously we have books, but like I say, the winners write the story. So we don't know the stories of the losers or the nations that fell victim to conquering and things like that. We really don't know. So, yeah, all we know is the winners. And yeah, very interesting, very interesting. But more of the story for me, personally, more of the story for me, what I learned from the discussion, or what was strengthened from this discussion for me personally, is saying, hey, we really don't know. We know about history, but like, I'm a person, I do think in 2025, we are an advanced society. Compared to ancient society, we are advanced in certain ways, but like at the same time, we are not advanced in other ways. So very interesting. Like ancient society, I feel like for me personally, if we're looking at ancient societies, certain ancient societies, I feel like uniquely Mia would have been a gold mine for me. Like if we're looking at ancient Egypt, if I was like high authority, part of the royal family, you could say, in ancient Egypt, or like a high priestess or something. If I was just like wealthy in ancient Egypt, I feel like it would have been a great society for me. It really would have. Why would it have been a great society? It was a matrilineal society. Females, was, you know how it's a patriarchal society? It was a matrilineal society in ancient Egypt, all right? And other ancient nations, like, females weren't oppressed. Females weren't treated different than men, all right? It was, look at Cleopatra. It was a matrilineal society, all right? But at the same time, the medicine probably sucked, okay? If I caught a common cold, no penicillin, who knows? People say penicillin didn't exist, but then at the same time, what if penicillin was found and then it was lost to history again? Because we know penicillin and things like that, it didn't exist like during the Black Plague and things like that, during like the early emergence of chickenpox. It didn't exist during that era. However, what if it existed during ancient Egypt, but it was lost to history because of wars? We don't know. So that's what I'm saying. Really don't know. We only know a little bit about it. But at the same time, being an African American female, I love 2025 for me, okay? Because we know straight out, okay, particularly if you're from a Western culture, it's a great place to be. However, in 2025, if you're not from a Western culture, it's probably not a great place for you to be. So you see, it's really all about your lived experiences, more of the story, where you are placed on earth and what you have access to. Because at the same thing, it's a privilege to have this conversation with y'all. It really is to have a privilege to have this conversation with y'all and have the speculations. Because guys, if we weren't in a Western society, and if we lived in 2025, if we weren't in a Western society, if we lived on like the other side of the world, particularly me as a female, I wouldn't have rights. I wouldn't have the ability to speak the way I speak and think the way we speak. So it really is interesting just on how geography works and how parallels could exist in the same timeline, because that's what it is. It's parallels in the same timeline, because we have my timeline in the United States now. We have other people's timeline in Europe now who have a similar lifestyle to mine. And then we have timelines in 2025 of other people who are in oppressed nations and they don't have freedom of speech and autonomy to make their choices. Like, people are still dictating their lives. So more of the story timelines are really interesting. It's really, really interesting for timelines. So what were y'all saying? All right, read that. Okay, read that. Evan said Katz is gonna go back in time and not make any mistakes ever. Vernon said, I believe the documentaries I watch. I'm impressionable like that. And you know what, Vernon? It's okay to believe the documentaries you watch, because everything that I'm saying, all right, it came from my knowledge by watching documentaries, by reading books, by my mom teaching me. So my mom learned that information from other people. So in modern society, all our information is going to come from documentaries. But I think for us to be the best version of us and make sure that us as humans, we can come to like a good conclusion or analysis about a topic, you got to watch multiple documentaries. You got to watch or read multiple articles, and try to disprove it or try to solidify your claim. That's all we can do, because I think the fact of the story is we're never really going to know the truth of everything. Whether that's how history really operated, how these ancient societies were. We're never going to know that, because one, we just don't have access to that information. Two, that information was probably destroyed. So all we can do is make best of the information that we have access to now, and then from there, you're just making a whole bunch of speculations on how things did operate. So it is really interesting. It is an interesting topic, but it's also a topic that like we're never gonna agree, because at the end of the day, it's just going to be our opinions and multiple speculations. But hey, Tawana, it has been a long time since you've been on the stream. How are you doing today? Glad you could be here, Tawana. What's it like in Guyana right now? Evan said, Mia, you need both those umbrella hats. Google it. Oh, an umbrella hat. Okay, I'll look into that. That sounds cool. Vernon said, if I was in ancient time, I'd probably be a slave. I'm big and strong. Don't say that, man. You could have been like a king or an emperor, right? So you could have been a gladiator, so a warrior, a knight. Don't say that. I mean, like if I was to go back in a certain era, you know for sure, because of like history. So that's what I'm saying. Love 2025 because yeah, there's certain eras that was just horrendous and terrible for people, but like that's why you gotta go back far enough, right? Far enough you go back and you'll be good. So Evan said, Mia, about the extinct people in Egypt. I mean the people of Ad. When I was making reference to the giants, they are the second generation of Adam. Okay. Hey, thanks for the clarification, Evan. Hey, Ever, how are you doing? Hey, Mia, what do you think aliens will visit? When do you think aliens will visit us and bring with them a cure for my credit score? You know what? That's a great question. But like, do you really want the cure for your credit score, or do you want to go with the aliens? Because if aliens come to planet Earth and they're like, there's a new planet, you could survive. Same thing, same atmosphere on planet Earth. Guys, what are we doing? Are we staying or are we going? I mean, if my mom's coming with me, we will probably go and I'll stream it for y'all for the adventure of it. But like, what are we actually doing? Are we staying or are we going if the aliens come? And then will the aliens even give us a choice? That's the thing. And who knows? What if aliens are already walking among us? That's another deep dive we can go in, because planets are light years away, guys. Light years away. So do you really think we're the only planet in the whole solar system? If the solar system is real, because I've never been there. All we have ever seen is pictures. Do you think people, like, I'm a person, I do think people probably did go to the moon for real, but there are some people who are like, nobody actually went to the moon. There are some people who's like, that was all made up. Like, they went to a studio, they made all that stuff up, because like, we never saw it with our own eyes, the solar system. So if the solar system is real, if it's real, are we really the only planet? Are we really the only planet that has human life? I don't think so. There's definitely other planets out there, but they're light years away, and they could be more advanced than us or less advanced than us. So it's very interesting, it's very interesting, very interesting. Hey, Big Jonas, how are you doing? Big Jones, glad you could be here. Evan said the actual face of the statue and hieroglyphics in Egypt. Okay, that was different race. Their features were not Caucasian or Arab. Yeah, do agree with that. Vernon said depends on the era, of course, 100%. Hey, welcome from Turkey. Do you burn ants? No, I've never burned an ant in my life. No need to spam. Hey, Ever said the aliens among us are the ones with 800 plus credit score. So they're using their credit card. Wait, 800 is good, right? Okay, so they're paying everything off. Yeah, it's good, right? I think so. Evan said the builders of the pyramids were a nation that had unique DNA. Okay, that were African. Okay, it's in the hieroglyphics. Okay, cool. Said I believe aliens are already here, not helping mankind, but because we're so messed up, they're waiting for us to die off and come out of the hiding spot. I could agree with that too. Because humans honestly could be their own destruction. Literally. Humans, we are our own destruction, I feel like. Because 9 times out of 10, us as humans, we're always like looking at movies or watching videos and saying, aliens are gonna come and invade us. Aliens are our downfall. No, they're not. We are our own destruction. If you're a biblical person, go to the Bible. Go to the Bible if you are a biblical person. Humans are your own destruction. Noah's Ark. Why did Noah's Ark occur? When you look at that story where the woman, Sodom and Gomorrah, whatever it is, that story that my mom told me, where like Jesus literally destroyed a whole civilization, a whole village. It was because of human behavior. Noah's Ark, it was because of human behavior. So humans are our own downfall. Humans are our own destruction. It's not aliens that's gonna destroy us. It's our own self, guys, literally. Like my mom, she always tells me the story that with Noah's Ark, God destroyed the planet with water, and that God made a promise when it rains, that's his reminder not to do it with water, but instead he's going to use fire. That's what my mom said. So it's not going to be water, it's going to be fire next time. Look at what we're doing in modern society with global warming. Global warming, when greenhouse gases, when harmful gases and pollutants are let out into the environment, and that's going into the air, it's thinning our Earth's crust, and you know, a thin Earth crust isn't good. You know why? Because the sun is easier to penetrate planet Earth. And when the sun can penetrate planet Earth a little better, the sun is fire. The sun can burn us. All right, guys? So, we're our own destruction, literally. So, yeah. I don't think aliens are just, like, aliens could be on us, but, like, if they're here, those are probably just aliens. Who knows? Aliens could be angels. Aliens could be angels walking among us, just observing, because that's the job that God gave them. They can't interfere. And then when we destroy ourselves, right? When we destroy ourselves, then God may repopulate the earth. You never know. But we could all be a Bible story in the next 500 years. So it's really interesting. Well, that's not interesting. That's scary, but like, that's how I see it. And like, you could disagree with me from like a logical standpoint, but if you're a religious person, just go to your religious text and I'm sure you'll see what I'm saying is most likely true because it's in your religious text. So yeah, but glad you're doing good, Big Jones. I'm doing pretty good as well. What's it like in Turkey today? Can I have $80 for my mom? Said please, we can't afford it. What do you want to buy with $80? Big Jones, you think nobody went to the moon? God did not, Jesus. Me, you have spammers? Yeah, I see them. It's okay. It's okay, though. You guys are more than welcome on the channel. I'm uniquely Mia, also known as Mia. I show you my life is like all opinion, people, and ideas are welcome as long as we communicate to each other in a kind, respectful way. So do consider liking the video, subscribe, and let me know how's your day going. And feel free to hop on to the discussion we're having right now. It's like we're just speaking. You guys are asking questions, writing some statements, and I'm just responding to y'all, to be honest. Vernon said aliens be chilling and low-key minding their business. It's us humans all in the mix, exactly. What are we saying? Okay, Steven, I do see your statements. Your statements are getting a little stereotypical and racial, so this is your first warning. Please refrain from writing those statements in the future. Next time that happens, I will have to put you in timeout, but yeah, so just a warning for that, please. Hey, Linda, how are you doing today? Glad you could be here. How's your day going, Linda? Thank you. Glad you look like my hair. Blessings to you as well, Linda. Pleasure having you on. Not Spanish. Hey, Demon, how are you doing today? Welcome. What's it like in Orlando today? Evan said, Stevenson, you're gone, baby. Big Jones said, Evan, you good, bro? So, guys, let me know how's everyone's day going. Why are you lesbian? I'm not part of that community. I don't identify as part of that. I'm not part of the LGBTQ community. However, if you are part of that community, you are more than welcome on the Uniquely Mia channel. All opinion, people, and ideas are welcome here as long as we communicate to each other in a kind and respectful way. Vernon, you want me to make you a moderator so you can get rid of Steven? I'm not doing moderator status for the foreseeable future right now, Vernon, but don't worry, I gave Steven a warning. So if the next time, if Steven says something not nice again or stereotypical, then I'll go ahead and put them in timeout. Oh my gosh, my throat is so dry. You know, with water, like, if you ever wonder what water tastes like to people when they're like really thirsty and like they've been on a desert for a long time, talk a lot and don't drink water. Oh my gosh. All right. What are you saying? Look at the picture in the back. You're gay. Really? That makes no sense. because it's colorful. Because it's colorful. I'm fairly confident colors existed long before the LGBTQ community. So what I'm hearing, you're saying the rainbow's gay, right? Is that what you're saying? The rainbow's gay? What? Because, oh my god, that doesn't make any sense to me. Personally, it doesn't make sense to me to say, just because I have a colorful tapestry in the background, somebody's part of the LGBTQ community. It's okay, Evan. They can be adamant that I'm part of the specific demographic, but that's their opinion. That's their thoughts. I know I'm not. I know I'm good, but like, I know I'm not part of that community. However, if they think I am, who am I to change their opinion? Their opinions don't affect me. But as I said, if you are part of that community, you are more than welcome on the Uniquely Me community. Because on this channel, judgment-free zone. As long as you live your life the way you live your life, you're not harming nobody, you're not forcing your beliefs on anybody else, you are more than welcome on the Uniquely Me community for sure. Excuse me. I can remind you afterwards, Bernard. What are we saying? Evan said, I got a Siri toothbrush. Really? What? So Siri, she brushes your teeth for you? It helped you so much. They made your teeth literally dry now. That doesn't make sense. My face makes no sense. Man, you need to support your argument a little better. Did I stump you? I think I stumped them. The person who said that just because that's colorful. I think I stumped them because your comeback was my face doesn't make any sense. I don't get that. How does my face not make sense? Am I too beautiful? It's God's creation. What God created me to look like. Is it like so unique and so perfect because of God created me this way that it doesn't make sense to you? I can understand it from that perspective. So I'm assuming that's what you're trying to say, I think. That's funny. That's funny. Vernon is eating that particular cereal. That's funny. Evan said, me, I want to learn Spanish. Oh, nice. Okay, Evan, that's going to be fun, learning Spanish. So, yeah, I took high school Spanish before. I can't help you, but I took high school Spanish before. So, yeah, definitely update us, Evan, on how learning Spanish goes for you. I've heard by watching videos and movies in Spanish, it's also very helpful as well. Vernon said, I'm definitely pushing my beliefs that dolphins are smarter than us on people. And you know what? Yeah, like you said, like in certain situations for sure, I think dolphins are definitely smarter than us. It's like little dogs and cats too. Like dogs, they pick up on other things. Like it's like Wilfie. I miss her so much and she was stolen. Oh my gosh, I love you, Wilfred. She is so cute and she's gone, guys. But it's like Wilfred. When I was leaving her, I was really sad, so like I would go out in the morning and I would be crying sometimes when I went out in the morning. And one morning I was literally petting her and I was crying. And normally Wilfred would jump up when I pet her. She was just stagnant. She was just looking at me. So I feel like in that situation, she was really intelligent because like she was just observing me. I don't know if she picked up on my emotions, that I was sad, that I was leaving her, or that she just never saw me cry before. She was just observing me. But yeah, so Wilfred animals, they're really smart. I miss you, Wilfrey. Hopefully she's okay, guys. She was stolen. Like, literally somebody stole Wilfred, and I don't know if she's alive. I don't know if she's eating. I don't know, man. I hope she's okay, guys. Hey, how are you doing, YNP? I briefly do remember you. How are you doing today? Thank you so much for your kind words, Sam. Yes, my dog wasn't stolen. I didn't steal my dog. She found me, but yeah, she was stolen from me, Vernon. Yeah, somebody stole her from me. Drake said, I just realized Mia will make someone mod for one stream only and then remove the mods. Yeah, I don't know what powers you have like after the live stream if I leave you as a moderator. So yeah, if I do moderator status, you're just moderator for this stream and then your status is taken away for other streams. Evan said, I got regenerated as a moderator and everyone was so happy. Wow. Big Jones said, I love how Evan Googled Espanol, sí, señor. Evan said, blue emoji, Let's get rid of me. Yes, Vernon, she really did find me. Well, I don't know because my mom had a worker and he brought her into the house. So who knows? The worker found her and she just never left because we were just feeding them, like Wilfred and her mom. My mom and I were giving her food and she just never left, and I built her a house and everything. But when I came back to America, the caretaker that I paid to watch her, he was sending us videos where her eating, and then literally the 4th or 5th day he went up there, he's like, he can't find Wilfie. I bought her food. I left her with food. Oh my gosh, that was so sad. And like literally she's gone. Like when I go back to Guyana, if she sees me, she'll run to me, my mom said, but I won't know what she looks like because she'll be bigger. So I'll be scared of her because I'm scared of big dogs. So it's really, really sad. Temporary mod is hilarious. Hey Heather, how are you doing? Really appreciate your support, Heather. How are you doing today? We are like contractor mods. Yep, contractor moderators for one stream, 100%. Glad you could be here, Heather. Really appreciate your support. How's your day going? Drake said, Mia, most people, oh, they have permanent moderators. It's more convenient. Okay. Perhaps in the future, slowly but surely, Drake, okay? Slowly but surely, we'll update to permanent mods. Because remember, Uniquely Mia never had a live streaming schedule before, so this is my first time I'm testing out the live streaming schedule. So just a note, tomorrow I will not be live streaming at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. Yeah, I have something I'll be doing at that time, so I won't be live streaming at that time, but I'll live stream after, maybe like around 2:30, 3 p.m. tomorrow. I'll live stream for y'all, but not at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. But starting next week, we'll be following that schedule religiously, or yeah. We'll be following that schedule to the T, to the dot, to the time, whatever you guys want to say. So slowly but surely, we're going to implement more formal status for moderators and things like that. Personally, for me, I've stopped doing moderators for now because anytime I give somebody moderator status, it's a select few individuals. 9 times out of 10 people don't really follow my rules 100%, and it gets a little crazy. So yeah, because my channel is very unique, and where I really my channel is extremely unique because I'm like, all opinion, people, and ideas are welcome. And with that, people are going to type stuff that may seem rude to some people, or just may be somewhat rude, and people are going to block them for that or put them in timeout. But I don't want that because all opinion, people, and ideas are welcome as long as somebody's saying anything disrespectful. So that's why I feel like it's really hard to do moderator status on my channel, just because of those guidelines, and I guess people aren't used to that, so that's why. So in the future, perhaps we'll bring them at. Brendan said, don't give them moderator status, the power might go to their head. Evan said, Big Jones, everyone is going to be after them. They think they will. Okay. Everyone is going to lose their spouse, huh? I've had to practice my facial expressions. Okay. Hand gestures, so my game is tight. Okay. Vernon said, if you're not Evan and Cats and Pokemon, I'm snipping you. You see, Vernon, so you just said you're going to put everybody in timeout, except for 2 people. We can't have that on the stream. We want to further Uniquely Mia community, and we want a lot of new, unique individuals who want to be part of a positive community to be part of it. So I'm Uniquely Mia, also known as Mia. I show you what my life is like. All opinion, people, and ideas are welcome, as long as we communicate to each other in a kind and respectful way. I have fashion videos, Eat With Me technology videos, and a lot more. Make sure to like the video. Do consider subscribing and joining the community today. So I'm going to stay on stream for until 7:15. So yeah, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, want to start a new conversation, you have about 10 minutes to do that. I am going to be logging off a little early today just because I need to get a good night's rest. So, yeah, we're doing something tomorrow, guys. Send me good luck. Send me positive vibes, all right? Send me positive vibes. I'm not telling you what I'll do tomorrow, but send me the positive vibes, all right? And we'll be good. So I need to get a good night's rest. Big Jones said, Evan, use a serious face and act elegantly. They think you're royalty. Said I was in a large hotel in Florida and I did see someone I liked and I was so shy I ran back to, I went to hide in your hotel room. Hey Wes, how are you doing? Calling Ice, alright. Ask them how they're doing. Ask them if they got jobs or like why they doing what they doing. Feel free to ask them that question. Kat said, all right, I'm back for real this time. All right, welcome back. What's up, 400EX? Glad you could be here. Hey, Joe, how are you doing? Glad you could be here, Joe. Drake said, I agree with Mia. Let people say what they want unless they get too crazy. You have some mods that think it's their stream. No, exactly. That's what that's why moderator status is very iffy. But I do agree with that. Hey, you love Russia, okay? US, okay? We support you. No, thank you so much for your support. Really appreciate it. Hey, 56, glad you could be here. Said the guy saw a small shorty, okay, but he was good, strong friendship vibes. I had mixed feelings. I wish I had spoken Spanish, okay. Google Translate. When you can't speak Spanish, Google Translate. When I went to France, I don't speak Spanish. Oh my gosh, why would I speak Spanish in France? Oh my gosh, I don't speak French, all right? When I went to Paris, I don't speak French. I didn't speak French. Bonjour, au revoir. Like, and I felt so bad saying that because I'm like, I know I'm butchering their pronunciation. You know what? I had Google Translate. I downloaded the Google Translate app to my phone because I did not know if my internet would work. I go to a restaurant. Let me take a picture of the sign. Let me translate the menu. I'm speaking to somebody. I was with my mom. And like she was speaking to the train conductor. I typed in what my mom was saying into Google Translate. I pressed to play for the woman and she pointed us in the direction where we had to go. So Google Translate is your best friend when you're in a country and you don't speak the language. It's gonna get it wrong a little bit, but like 9 times out of 10 the gifs of it is there for sure. So Google Translate. Kat said, yeah, if you're a mod, it's not about you, it's about the content creator. I'm pretty sure conservative mods. I'm a pretty conservative mod, barely use it. Yeah, you were a good moderator, Kat, for sure. Yeah. What's my dream car? BMW convertible 4-seater. I'm gonna have white leather. It's gonna be wrapped in pink on the outside. I think it's gonna be like a little lighter pink than this. So yeah, BMW 4-seater convertible, white interior leather, wrapped in pink. It's gonna be my car one day for sure. Hey Evan, I already know the price of it. I know the base price, obviously for the added on amenities, it's gonna be adding up. I went into the BMW dealership when I was younger and I saw the price and it stuck with me. $98,000 for that BMW convertible. All right, $98,000, but it's gonna cost me a lot more because, like I said, I'm gonna be adding on the amenities to it, like the wrapped in pink, the white leather, customizing it. Kat said, I'd be too scared to change anything in the past because Lord knows what else would change. No, that's a great thing too, because we got to think about that too. Like, what's going to happen in modern day society. That's a great thing too. Hey, Chloe. Hey, Jelana, glad you could be here. Vernon said, I have a lot of Spanish-speaking temp workers at my job. Since I'm too lazy to learn Spanish, I bought this little translating device. No, they have a lot of those translating devices too, though. Thank you. Glad you like my hair. How are you doing today? Jelena, glad you could be here. Evan said, I feel as though speaking a second language when you're ugly is a bonus. It adds like 10 points onto your meter. All right, the butterfly effect is real, Kat said. Drake said, I'm like cats. I literally won't block anyone. I don't even like putting people in timeout. I just remove the bad comments. If they keep going, they get timeout. Okay, cool. I don't think you've ever been my moderator before, Drake. All right, very cool. So you see, I feel like that's a good status to have as moderator. So like, I'm not sure if you guys are moderators other people chat, but like for everyone who wants to be moderator status, those are definitely the baselines. Do what the creator wants and only remove like severely bad or racial or uncomfortable things that people are typing in the chat. Said, here we go. We have two, what's that? Before. Oh, like an alphabet you're saying? Yeah. The calendar is new. Our alphabet is new. The way we tell time, it's new. It's all new. It was all created. It's all new. So, yeah, everything is new. So, yep, guys. It really is. Evan said, I would block Bumochi and Lax. They're stalking you. Well, you can do that. You can block people, Evan, but you don't have to. The thing is, don't, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, as moderators, don't block people from the creators channel if they don't want you to. Like, I don't want to block those people, but like, if you want to block those people, Evan, you can block them from your channel. So you can do that. Yeah. Kat said, yeah, that's what I do, Trey. A blocker timeout is one less view for the creator. And did you know that Buddha is lava? Vernon said, I was joking. I don't want the responsibility of being a moderator. I've been a moderator without my consent by other creators. Evan said, on a positive note, UK race relations are shifting towards a more progressive society. Okay, cool. Oh, Buddha's lava? Oh, I forgot about that. I did not know that. If I knew, I forgot. I just remembered. Okay. Very cool. Hey, Big Jones, what is that? Oh, that's Spanish? I have no idea what you just said. Translate that to English. I would practice my Spanish pronunciation now, but I don't know what you're saying, so I don't want to say something bad. That's one thing. Even though I never really actually understood Spanish, when I took high school Spanish, people always said my pronunciation was really good with me saying, like, the Spanish words. That's one thing I got complimented on, my pronunciation for the words. But I'm not going to test it now, so I don't know what you said. You could, like, I don't know what you typed. I try not to say stuff if I don't know what they mean. Evan said, ethnic people are being far more vocal towards racism in the UK. Now thinking back around 10 to 15 years ago. People used to deny racism recently. Wow. Okay. Well, glad change is occurring in your country, Evan. Change is always good. M said pyramids are built. Okay, so you typed the image of the pyramids. Very cool. Kat said, yeah, he bought a Elamia, and I was like, wait 1 second. Oh, he actually said, so lava. Okay, so they actually said they're lava. You know who I thought Buddha was? I thought Buddha was lax. That's who I thought Buddha was before. That's who I thought they were. But I guess they're lava. Okay. Interesting. Cool. That's what happened. When you guys change your usernames on me too much sometimes, I forget who you are. So if you ever do change your username on me and you want me to be able to identify you guys, let me know who you are. So yeah. Yeah, I thought lax was Buddha, but Kat's is saying they're lava, actually. So, yeah. But whoever they are, actually really do appreciate your support since you are a Uniquely Me supporter. Thank you so much for your subscription and your support. Vernon said, yeah, Evan, as a Black American, I've always heard that racism doesn't exist in the UK. Oh, yeah, heard that too. Because I think I've heard it too, because I think other countries, they never really addressed racism as America addressed it. Because when we're looking at America, we like our, well, I can't say, well, I guess they're not really my ancestors, but like I guess the American people who made change in America to like pass the civil rights movement. We're looking at Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. We're looking at Rosa Parks, Malcolm X. Those people who actually advocated for change and equal opportunities for African Americans, the Jim Crow laws. I feel like that was unique to America. What I've heard, I don't know a lot about racism abroad, but I have seen some creators' videos like on TikTok or YouTube who are from Europe. They've always said that, I guess, people always said racism wasn't a problem in those places because it was never like a civil rights movement for it in those countries like it was in America. So that's what makes America too distinctively different, I feel like, from other cultures as well, or other countries as well, because America's like the youngest, one of the youngest modern countries. People might come in like, hey, what about Dubai? Dubai's new, all right? But like when we're looking at nations, America's is like 200 years old, 300 years old. It's a young nation. It's a baby America. So that's what makes America distinctively new or distinctively unique, because throughout most of its history, literally, it wasn't a positive history. So, yeah. But change is occurring, advocacy is occurring, and it has progressed since the terrible days. So shout out to that. That is always great. Shout out to the people who advocated for change, for equal opportunity for African Americans and outside of African Americans in the United States. Shout out to you guys. Really appreciate you. So what we have to do as a modern society in 2025, continue to advocate. If you see something in society you don't like, advocate for that change, all right? Because it ain't perfect. America's still a baby, but change can occur with advocacy, guys. And we start that advocacy at Unique Lumia's channel, where we have these discussions and we speak to each other about quote unquote difficult conversations. And yeah, so make sure to like the video, subscribe. I do hope you guys are enjoying the content. So let me read up these final comments and then we'll end the stream for tonight. Okay, so Kat, you bet laxic, right? You're all good. Hey Luna, yes, I do remember you a little bit. How are you doing today? Kat said, I'm about to twist your hair this weekend. Very nice. Okay, good luck, Cats. Don't worry, take it in increments and watch movies or binge watch Unique Lumia videos, all right? Movies and Unique Lumia videos are gonna be your best friend when you're braiding your hair or twisting your hair. Human said, sorry, me, I got pulled away from it. No apology needed. Glad you could tune back on. Kat said, yeah, America is pretty young, especially compared to China or Europe. Exactly. You know what I saw recently? I saw somebody make a video, guys. They were like, I don't know if it's true. Whoever's from Europe, let me know. But do you guys have an Independence Day? That creator in a video that I saw on social media, they were like, almost all countries and islands, they have Independence Day, but Europe doesn't have an Independence Day. Like England, they don't have an Independence Day. Because everybody got their independence from England. Because England was dominating the world, literally. England was like the powerhouse. America was under English power. What was the American Revolution? What do you think that was for? They were fighting the Europeans. All right, what is it? Like when you look at Guyana, it was British Guyana. When you look at Grenada was under British control. I think the Queen is still on their money. We look at places like Barbados, Jamaica, like literally England, countries in Africa. I don't know if England has independence because who did they become independent from? Who did they become independent from? So I feel like that's the cool thing. I feel like that's definitely a cool thing about English, at least the royal family. We can say that's cool because they know their history, which is really cool for them. So shout out to them. They know their history because they were dominating everybody and like taking up everything. So yeah. But glad you enjoyed the conversation, Human. All right, Cats. My pleasure. Thank you for being on the live stream today. Luna said they went to the dentist. Okay. How was it? You had screws in your tooth? Out of your plate. Okay, it hurt. Well, hopefully it wasn't hopefully not hurt more than usual. Vernon said, if America is a baby, it's an ugly one, right, Mia? It started out as an ugly one, but with advocacy and change, it can become a beautiful baby for sure. That's what I think, Vernon. So, yes, if America was a baby, it definitely started ugly. And for a long time, it was ugly. Some people may say it's still ugly, but when we look at the horrendous history that was slavery in America, it was ugly for a long time. And it is turning beautiful. It is turning beautiful. I say it's mid right now. It's still a little ugly, but it's beautiful now. It's in the center. It's not ugly anymore. Are you like Christ? I've never met Jesus Christ, but I'm not going to say I'm a God. So no, I'm not like Christ. I do have the spirit of Christ in me, I guess you can say. Yes, these are the nails. So we did the manicure today, Luna. If you want to tune into Uniquely Mia live stream where I'm doing my manicures every Friday Eastern Standard Time at 5 p.m., I will be doing my manicure, Luna. So stay tuned. Save the time. Friday Eastern Standard Time at 5 p.m. I'll be doing my manicures. But thank you. Glad you like it. Human said Christ is a title, not a name. Jesus' last name wasn't Christ. He was the Christ. Okay. Evan said, I love honestly. Like God is watching too, 100%. Hey, God is good. Glad you could be here. Hello, Drew. Glad you could be here. Kat said, wow, I never thought about that. The Brits never has to fight for their independence. What a privilege. Exactly. When I saw that creator's video, I was like, wow, that's crazy. Oh, wow. OMG in Germany. It's nighttime. Wow, it's 1:20 a.m. Shout out to you for being on the live stream at 1:20 a.m. Shout out to you for being on the live stream at 2:19 a.m. in Moscow. Hopefully you guys get some rest. But really appreciate you guys for being here. Oh no, I didn't miss it, Vernon. I knew what you were saying. So that was my answer. I knew what you were saying for sure. But did I say babies could grow? Did I say babies could start ugly and grow into their beauty? So it's the same thing with America. America definitely started ugly and it's growing into its beauty. Is it beautiful 100% now? No. But it's growing into its beauty for sure. So yeah. Cake or pie? Chocolate cake for sure is really good with like vanilla ice cream or an apple pie. But if I have to choose one, I'll choose a chocolate cake for sure. Hey, Eric. Yes, so these are the nails, Eric. You came back just in time to see the final product. So these are the nails. My favorite color is pink, Luna. What about you? So these are the nails. All right, guys. So thank you so much for being on the live stream. Really enjoyed talking to each and every one of y'all. But I do have to log off now. Blue, my mom's favorite color is blue, Luna. Very nice. Blue is definitely a pretty color for sure. It's a beautiful color. So thank you so much for being on the live stream, everyone. Luna, Eric, Jeffro, Vernon, Evan, Human, M, Drake, Cats and Pokemon, God is Good, Tristan, Cup, who else was on? Anytime I do like the name shout outs, I'm like, why can't I find you guys? Big Jones. Juana, Chloe, everyone. I know I'm not going to shout out everyone. 56. Shout out to everyone who was on the live stream. Really appreciated you guys. Sending all of you guys hearts. Thank you for spending time with me. You guys are never getting back that time, and you decided to spend it with Unique Lumia. So it really does mean a lot. I do hope you enjoyed the live stream. And remember, I'm not going to be live streaming tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. However, I'll be live streaming after. So maybe around like 2:30 p.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be live streaming then for y'all. So stay positive. And as Queen Mother Uniquely Mom always says, don't let anyone rob you of your joy. And if you want more of Uniquely Mia after the live stream, go watch some of my full nutritional YouTube videos or YouTube shorts. Bye, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great night.